The Game Awards 2025 is almost upon us, and things continue to develop. The actual Game Awards statue has moved, or maybe there's another one. We're not sure. It's showing up in another place. We're going to look at that. We're getting more leaks, more hints, more rumors. Developers have weighed in and said who the statue's not about. More and more people are guessing. We also have confirmations of appearances at the Game Awards from a couple of studios. I love starting a stream and having to sneeze, and so we are going to be discussing everything going on with the Game Awards. I'm going to end morning coffee and bring people over with Redirect. That's a great reason to be a member to the channel. Consider clicking join. Make sure you pick Member Plus. That's $6 a month. You get into morning coffee as well as the Discord, so you can be a part of the Green Room discussions. And we are back on Twitch. We solved our problem, and we did decide we're going to continue co-streaming into the new year. We think that's the right call, so thank you to everybody who supports us on both platforms. So basically, in case you missed it, there was a statue that Geoff Keighley hinted, and he hinted the location, and people found it, and it was lighting up at night and smoking and making noise, and people were theorizing up one side and down the other. Well, people started saying, since it's not God of War, Cory Barlog said it's not GOW, I still think he could have been memeing and tricking people, and maybe it's his game, because his game might not be a God of War game. It also apparently isn't the, it's also like not the sci-fi. I'm sorry, Jason Schreier said it is not a sci-fi game. He recently said that in an update, that it's not a sci-fi game. So Cory Barlog's game could be it. But then people started thinking it's Lords of the Fallen 2. It's got to be Lords of the Fallen 2. Lords of the Fallen, seemingly, we're kind of teasing it and hinting that it was going to be Lords of the Fallen 2. They were, kind of taking advantage of the moment. Well, the CEO from Lords of the Fallen 2 came out and said, it's not us. He appreciated everybody kind of thinking it was them. He's like, it's not us. Well, now we have people who are strongly thinking it's Larian's next game. Divinity Original Sin 3 is what people are thinking. Now, Ecstasis, who works with Insider Gaming, has been saying that, in his opinion, he thinks it's Larian's next game. Now, people thought that Ecstasis was leaking something when he said this. He was not leaking anything. He said it was just him asserting. It was just him guessing. But now we also have the snitch coming out and hinting something with Kratos. Like a picture of like what seems to be Kratos' bald head. Now that could be related to the TV show. It could be related to a new game. It could have nothing to do with the statue. And I was one of the people who said Elden Ring 2. And one of the reasons that I said Elden Ring 2 is the statue and the layout of the red, it has a bit of a FromSoft design DNA in it. If you look at the runes from Elden Ring, if you look at God of Frenzied Flame, Midra, I think is the name that we looked at, it was like, okay, this seems a little similar to the sort of DNA of FromSoft and how they design things. I will say, though, if you look at the art direction for Elden Ring, and then you look at the demonic creatures on this statue, they look a little bit like Doom adjacent or Diablo adjacent. It doesn't really have an Elden Ring or a FromSoft vibe. Neither do the realistic animals. I think the realistic animals continue to throw it off. Like, it's just a straight up bear, an alligator, a bird, a snake, a wolf. That would be, I think, in a particular type of game where you're sort of more grounded in the real world. Right now, one of the lead guesses is Divinity Original Sin 3 from Larian is sort of like the current lead guess. And we also now have confirmation from a couple of things that will be there. PlayStation just tweeted a little bit ago. I'm going to get you guys the tweet so that you can see this. This is kind of actively developing as we're covering it, so feel free to throw things in the Discord. That's a great reason to be a member. You can be in the Discord and be a part of what we're doing there. It says, come back stronger, get a new look at Saros at the Game Awards this Thursday, December 11th. And we've got a new footage here of the main character, and he's got his sun medallion on and his suit. They actually got the suit made, and it's in the Housemarque studio right now. It looked really, really cool. And so I believe this is his name over here. I wonder if the number signifies like how many times he's come back, and I believe Saltari is probably the company that he works for. In any case, they're going to be there. I had another thing developed this morning as well that I kind of threw in to the Discord. The Hidden One is reporting that Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is now on the PEGI website. Truly the worst kept secret in gaming right now. Announcement imminent. So yes, the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake is apparently called Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. So that has been apparently rated and is on PEGI. So that could be at the event as well. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Keep the updates coming, y'all. Anything you see. YouTube CEO says the platform will proceed with the expanded AI. Yeah, it's been... I saw that headline and I was like, great. AI's been so great this year. 8-Bit Dad for 33 months. Thank you so much for the Member Plus. Let me get you added to the total here. 32. We're a little behind pace. And this Friday night, we will do... you can make me play Dispatch. I should probably put that over there. And a 5-bomb comes in from Wired Rope. First gifted bomb of the day. Han shot first, and so did you. Thank you so much, sir. Let's see if we can't get a Dispatch game PNG for over there. You guys can make me play that this week. We've had a lot of people say, Lono, you would love Dispatch. You need to play it. And I would be happy to. And we can make that kind of a goal this week. We will not have Madam for Friday night. So if you were hoping to get that segment this week, we're not able to do that segment this week, but we will do a little Dispatch for you. Because like I said, I've had people say they would love to see me play it, and so we'll just kind of lodge that there on the thing. Oh, I've got it cropped. Whoops, there we go. That's a little bit better. People have said they'd really like to see me do that. We also think it'd be really, really fun. I'm working on unlocking every single perk on every single gun in Returnal. And somebody had the great idea of, like, you should do a weekly run in Returnal where you have to pick up everything. That could be a fun challenge segment for Fridays as well. What are the chances the Assassin's Creed remake after BF? The AC2 remake after BF? Oh, after Black Flag. Okay, I'm like trying to deduce what you're saying. Yo, what's good, Joker Quinn? Dispatch is not safe for work. We could do it as a members only thing if we need to, or I could just warn people ahead of time. I'm assuming you mean language. I thought they cut is there like adult stuff in it? Let me set the super chat goal. I forgot to set the super chat goal. I know some of you guys prefer to do that. I will gift a member. And the Q&A is wide open. Oh, it's got some nudita in it. Okay, I did not know that. I thought they said that they cut all that stuff. I guess they cut the intimate scenes. They didn't cut the nudity. Okay. There was a streamer mode with black boxes. Oh, there is a streamer mode. Oh, okay. Well, we might be able to do that then. We'll do it. We'll do it. You guys think that I will enjoy the game. We'll give it a shot. We'll see if we can't hit the goal this week. And if you guys have questions, you can submit them with the question command. That is something reserved for members and subs. So, I mean, the ongoing, narrative about the Game Awards. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw this. Where's that Kratos? Where is that? You guys had a picture of it. Here we go. So apparently this is the snitch. And that's obviously Kratos' head. And it's literally from this photo. I mean, the lighting, the background, the positioning, the texture, everything. So we're not really sure why this could be some sort of a God of War announcement is imminent for the Game Awards. I don't necessarily think it has anything to do with the statue. I will say everybody's initial thought was, not everybody's, a lot of people's initial thought was God of War. And it is interesting that Cory Barlog was quick to just be hanging out in a stream and say it's not GOW. I thought that was interesting. I mean, again, I think the Divinity Original Sin 3 is a pretty good guess now. I think that's one of the stronger guesses available because it kind of fits. People are saying, listen, it's time. It would be a good time for Larian to announce a new game. My only thought is that seems like a pretty far way away. I mean, when could they have possibly started development on Divinity Original Sin? I mean, weren't they just last year doing a pretty heavy amount of updates and things with Baldur's Gate 3? I'm not actually sure because I didn't follow the game religiously, but I feel like I was reading a lot of headlines last year about that game. So to me, it's like, well, then does Divinity have were creatures? I don't know. You'd have to ask people in chat. I'm not actually familiar with the franchise. It could be multiple games. So a lot of people have thrown out the multiple games theory, and I think it's a good theory, but it doesn't really last very long when you look at what Jason Schreier said. Jason Schreier was like, listen, it's not a Diablo expansion. He said that it is not Elder Scrolls, and then he said it is a good one. That doesn't really line up with it being like multiple games. You know, does that make sense? Like, if it's just some kind of a, you know how like they do the montages and like Geoff Keighley likes to do his hype trailer. If it's basically the embodiment of the hype trailer, then I have to say that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. That would be really, really weird to spend all that kind of money and then to say it's a good one, you know. You aren't up to date on your CRPGs. I'm disappointed. What's next? No punching games or car games? Yes, I'm not up to date on those games. They did do several updates for Baldur's Gate 3 past when they said they were done. I don't know. I mean, it would be a really good time to announce your game, even if it's early, right? Because like I feel like Intergalactic got announced way too early, but I feel like maybe the size and scope of the event is just so big, it's just too appealing for people to pass up on. Does that make sense? It's like, man, we gotta be in there, man. That's a really big event. We've got to get in front of people, even if that potentially leads to you announcing something like a little bit too early. Nintendo Switch 2 launch trailer, Skyrim Anniversary Edition announced, still includes Zelda content. Yeah, there's been a lot of commentary circulating about getting on more platforms from, I believe Capcom said something about this. And to me, they're probably referring to the Switch 2. You know, a lot of their games are already multi-plat as it is, so if they're trying to expand other platforms, I think more and more folks are going to be looking to that. The Skyrim thing, according to Ecstasis, is available today. He says Shadow Drop, the Elder Scrolls Skyrim available today with native version for the Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, everybody's kind of just suddenly reporting on this out of nowhere. That, as well as the Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced. And I don't know if you guys saw this. I did a post about this. This is another thing that developed. So the PlayStation Store accidentally leaked this. Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil Requiem, Leon showing up here in the key art. Now, they have since updated the artwork in the PlayStation Store to go back to the original where it's just the lead character. It's just the girl. And that one, I did a post this morning about that. You guys may have seen that on YouTube. If you guys are enjoying the live show right now, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. Let's try to get 100 likes really quickly as we're just sort of scouring the various news developments and people are throwing out their theories. Right now, what do you guys think? Is that a legit poster? It was confirmed to be real. It was in the store. Multiple people took screenshots of it, so it wasn't photoshopped. Now, there's a higher res version that has been AI upscaled, but the Resident Evil 9 image that you're seeing is genuine. Baldur's Gate 3 dev Larian Studios is working on 2 games. So that's from April of this year. So various people are theorizing about the statue, the Game Awards statue, and some people are saying that it could be Larian. Well, earlier this year in April, Baldur's Gate 3 dev Larian Studios is working on 2 games as they plan to be a company that can craft multiple RPGs side by side. Let's see if we can get a timeline from this interview. Speaking to GameSpot, Larian CEO revealed the team is trying to figure out how to make 2 games at the same time. However, making 2 titles at once is challenging simply due to how complicated Larian's style of RPG is. In an interview on a YouTube channel, he said the team is currently, quote, deep in the trenches working on our next big thing. He says it's shaping up well, actually, but it's crazy ambitious. There's so much new things we can do these days, so yeah, complex. Right down here, we're trying to figure out how to make 2 games. So organizing ourselves for that also isn't the easiest thing in the universe because we make complicated games with lots of permutations, lots of agency for players. So predicting when those games will be finished is hard. And then organizing around that is harder, keeping ourselves busy, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, that certainly does line up. Like, if they're basically willing to admit, like, earlier this year, you know, but here, hang on, let's see. He also said this. I hope I can tell you in 5 years that we've cracked it, we've figured it out, this is how we're doing it now. He continued, here's game 1, we're making this completely different thing, that's game 2, then when game 2 is ready, we've got this entirely different thing that's going to come. If we can make this work in a good way, we can enjoy our lives, that'll be mission accomplished. In practice, it'll probably be miserable, and there'll be plenty of stuff that goes wrong, but that's the goal. So it does kind of sound like from that interview that whatever they're working on is not close at hand. It's not close at hand. So, I mean, but again, with how big the stage and the excitement is for the Game Awards, you know, it stands to reason that you'd want to be there. You want to be involved in what's going on. So that's a pretty good guess, I think. So this is a small version of what could be on the statue from Baldur's Gate 3. Why would it be from Baldur's Gate 3? Are they I'm assuming they're different universes, are they not? The little brain growing legs, that doesn't look like anything. That doesn't look like anything on there. And Hilly over here spamming Farty Bomb. Good to see you, Hilly, over here on Purple. Thank you everybody who's watching on YouTube as well. What happened to No Rest for the Wicked on PS5? I'm not sure what's going on with No Rest for the Wicked. I haven't seen any updates on it. I mean, that doesn't mean they're not updating it, but I've not seen any recently. Spoiler: Leon gets the Gustav treatment in RE9. Maybe. Huge leak by the PlayStation Store. Capcom must be angry, says Astro. Every Resident Evil game has at least one of the fan favorites in it. I know somebody said this morning, they were like, I don't understand why everybody's fangirling about this. I'm like, it's cool to see the continuity between the games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am not a big Resident Evil guy. The first Resident Evil I played was RE7, and I loved it. RE8 was fine. I did not like it as much as RE7. And it looks like RE9 is going to be a bit of a blend of both. It does seem like more of a return to form of like what Resident Evil 7 felt like. And yeah, I would embrace that and support that. But it's also cool when those characters show up. You know, didn't Bungie leak through PlayStation Store 2? I'm not sure which Bungie leak you're talking about. It's still in early access, isn't it? I wouldn't be full release on consoles until it's out of early access. Yeah, I don't think it's in 1.0 yet. Dead-Eyed Survivor. That's a wild take. Where's a wild take? Let's see. Do we have a wild take in chat? Somebody saying that Feet on Lands RE8 was mid. I don't think RE8 was mid. I just didn't like it as much as Resident Evil 7. RE8 was brilliantly crafted, gorgeous, great direction, great writing and voice acting. I just didn't like it as much as RE7. I don't know. It's like Death Stranding 2, I think, is brilliant and well directed and well crafted, but I like Death Stranding 1 better. Does that make sense? So I can look at RE8 and see the quality and see how good of a game it is. I just thought RE7 was better. It's just a preference thing, you know? And RE8 with the big mommy cool vampire lady, yes, that's the game that she's in, Lady D. RE8 wasn't as tight as focus as RE7, but it was still good. I think what really carried it for me was the characters. Anytime you interacted with the guy that was selling stuff, anytime you interacted with any of the characters, they was just such a pretty heavy amount of lifting going on and really, really good work. So we do have a question submitted here by Hilly. You guys, if you're a sub or a member, if you're a sub on Purple or a member on YouTube, you can submit questions and have them featured like this. And he says, do you think a new Larian game is the leading theory for the statue? At this point, it's either something from FromSoft. It does have a bit of a FromSoft vibe, although, as I admitted this morning, the demon-like creatures don't look as FromSoft. As to me, the symbol, the red symbol, is what feels very, very much like that. But the Larian game and Cory Barlog, to me, are where my brain keeps going. It's either like a new game from Larian. If you guys are curious, we're talking about the Game Awards statue. It has since moved, and now we're getting lots of leaks and rumors. Xstasis now reporting or claiming, according to a user who just leaked the renders of RE9, Half-Life Next will be presented at the Game Awards and will be released in March on Steam. Now, what's interesting about this is Mike Straw of Insider Gaming is one of the people who reported that Half-Life 3 announcement is imminent. Also, Saros will be at the Game Awards. A new look at Saros will be at the Game Awards. There's a new video of the main character, like, looking down at something. Black Flag Remake is very likely to be there as well. Just getting you guys kind of caught up on all the developments today. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync was rated by the PEGI website. So very, very likely that an announcement about that will be at the Game Awards as well. And then this is that new footage from Saros. It's very, very brief. It's just like the spinning eclipse, but then it's him looking down at something. Some kind of a scanner or a monitor turns red. Wait, his eyes start to close, right? It looks like his eyes start to close. Almost like the red means he's failed or something. I really do wonder, can we go back to the original footage and see? Oh, no, that's not a 3. That's Devraj. That's his name. I thought that the J looked like a 3 when it was smaller. So this is his name, Devraj. I believe Soltari is the group that he travels with. And maybe this number on his arm. I wonder if that number goes up. That would be kind of crazy if that happened every time. That looks like a 6. I want to find the original trailer and see if you can see anything on his arm. Let's see here. Saros trailer. Yeah. It's the same number on his arm in the original trailer. So if we go to gameplay, we'll see if we can't see something here. I've been playing a lot of Returnal lately. Trying to get... I'm super, super close. All of my weapons are like 88 and 92 and 96. I'm trying to unlock every perk for every weapon all the way up to tier 3. I've got a guide for how to do that on the channel. I'm sorry, yeah, it's a number 4, not 6. Has anyone weighed in on the Game Award statue is woke? It's very, very woke. Every time the sun dies... Hang on. We don't need... I'm not sure why closed caption's always on by default. I turn it off every time. I don't know if you can see his arm in this footage, but this really is the one that people keep mentioning that I don't think has anything to do. You could slightly see it. Yeah, you can still see it. Yeah, you can see the IV. So we'll probably get some kind of an explanation for what that means. It would have been pretty cool if, like, every time you come back, like, your character gets, like, a number. But it would probably get a little absurd because you're going to get into the hundreds. You know what I mean? Looking forward to this game. I am very much looking forward. So we got a Resident Evil leak. We've got an Assassin's Creed leak. Yeah. There's likely going to be a lot that probably leaks before Friday. And Hidden Siryu, thank you so much for renewing your membership. 19 months. Welcome back. I appreciate that. If you guys are going to use the question command, make sure you're actually submitting a question. Petrov, maybe you fat-fingered and entered. We got a question here from Dave. Will we finally get a new Light No Fire trailer and hopefully release date? Well, a 10 bomb comes in from Siryu. Thank you so much, and gets us 2 away from the next milestone. Whoever hits it gets it, right? Whoever hits it gets it. I owe you a member. New SOCOM, all platforms. I don't know about a new SOCOM. I've not heard or seen or heard a whisper of a single thing about SOCOM. Oh, there you go. Petrov was trying to submit a question and just fat-fingered the enter button. That's all good, Petrov. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We really appreciate you being here. Whether you're watching on Purple or YouTube, we greatly appreciate it. Sorry if I missed this, but have you heard anything about shadow drops during the Game Awards? I have not heard anything, MickD09, about shadow drops. Back to the question from Dave about Light No Fire, maybe a release date. It seems as though the Light No Fire is a ways away. It does. It does. I know Sean Murray likes to do stuff with Keighley. He likes Keighley. They have a good relationship. I don't know if you're going to be seeing anything anytime soon. We'll see. We will see. Keighley is certainly having fun with the rumors. He says 2 days to go, and then he's got the the conspiracy theory meme from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia on the screen there. And a single gifted comes in from Broken Earth over here on YouTube. Thank you so much, Broken Earth. We're a little behind pace to hit the weekly goal, and we're going to get that 50 milestone. Thank you so much, Broken Earth. Another gifted gets us to 50. If you guys get gifted, remember, be sure to say thank you. Consider paying it forward. That gets you into our Discord. It gets you into our members-only content. And then I pay it forward whenever we hit a milestone of 25, and I owe YouTube a member. So here it comes. Thank you guys so much for the continued support of the channel. Thank you for hitting the like button, and thanks for submitting questions. Bumblepants says, will we get a Hades 2 release date for PS5, Xbox at the Game Awards? I honestly don't know. I don't know if the devs have hinted anything about being there. I will say this, that the Game Awards is an event that is definitely worth going to. It is definitely worth going to. I mean, you will probably see a lot of people there. We've continued to see people decide that, this event is worth going to and making an announcement. Like, I think Intergalactic is a sign that people see the value of this event. They see it as huge. They know there's lots of eyeballs. And it's like, even if you're announcing something a little bit earlier than normal, then you might. And Champagne's going to bump the line by one. Thank you for that renewal. As an Agent of Chaos renewal, thank you very, very much, Champagne, for your Member Plus. If you guys are on a gifted and you want to bump up and have your membership count every month, it's $6 a month for Member Plus. And we appreciate everybody who has decided to do that. We also have VIP and a VIP lounge in the Discord. You guys get early access to game nights and codes and things like that. Saros, Phantom Blade Zero, Tomb Raider, all confirmed bangers at the Game Awards, plus Leon reveal, RE9, and Kratos leak for a new God of War game. Yeah, the snitch is seemingly leaking something going on with God of War. If you guys didn't see my post on the channel about Resident Evil 9, you might have seen this. It's on the channel right now. 22 comments here. We'll sort by newest. Resident Evil 9 here. Game Awards is just 2 days away. Indeed it is. Somebody says Crapcom. Why don't you like Capcom? What's your problem with them? Scotty B comes in with a Member Plus. Thank you so much. Numbers are in. I'm officially a 0.1% Reforge listener. That sentence could have really gone a different way, Scotty B. I was like, oh, you're a 0? I was like, that's really unkind. Who said that? But you're a 0.1% Reforge listener. I really, really appreciate that. Tom Henderson says, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced appears on the PEGI rating site. Little slow on that one, Rope. We've covered that one a couple of times. Unless you're trying, is there something significant in that article that you're drawing our attention to? We've highlighted that a couple of times already. You might have missed it. You might have stepped out of the room. Tomb Raider's a longtime fave. I remember playing it first on the PS1. I really liked when they rebooted Tomb Raider. I liked the first one. I liked the second one. I did not like the third one. It was a different studio. Oh, just that he posted. Okay. I wasn't sure if you had heard us reporting on that one already. If Mike is right, Half-Life is either today or tomorrow. Yeah, let's go back to that one. Half-Life 3, according to Mike Straw, the announcement's imminent. I think there's too many people kind of in the know about Half-Life 3 for us not to get some kind of an announcement. I think that it's about as real gets before an announcement. But I also think that it's interesting that he said in his own reporting and his own claims that they were going to announce before the Game Awards. Now, that doesn't make Ecstasis' claim false. Half-Life 3 could still be at the Game Awards. It still could be at the Game Awards. You could have more of a look. You could have a deeper dive. You could have gameplay, something of that nature. Wasn't it speculated months ago that Leon was coming back? It felt like fans already predicted it. Yeah, they did. They did predict that Resident Evil 9 Leon was coming back for sure. That was part of the dialogue very recently. Yeah, Wilbur, I saw that tweet from Geoff Keighley. He seems to like the fact that everybody's trying to theorize and figure out what the statue's about. If you guys haven't seen, the statue has actually moved locations. It's in LA now, like on a street or something. I'm trying to see if I can find the new video of it. Let's see here. The Game Awards statue. Let's see if we can find the tweet of the fact that it moved. Yeah, here we go. Shinobi has got the tweet. So Geoff Keighley's demon statue popped up in LA, and there it is. So I don't know if it's the same one. I would imagine it is. Do you think they moved it? It looks like it's leaking. I'm just kidding. Gosh, you heard it here first. The statue's leaking. This thing's peeing on the ground. No, this is probably, I would think this is maybe close to where they're doing the, yeah, that's LA rain. That's right. You're in on the sidewalk. If you've ever been to LA, if you know, you know. Anyways, yeah, they might have that close to where the actual event is going to be. You know, maybe that's why they've moved it, and we still don't know what it's about. We still don't know what it is about. Reforge Gaming was my #1 channel to watch in 2025. I watched 498 of your videos. Love you. Thank you so much, Berto. Thank you, everybody who got your YouTube recap, and I was such a high channel for you. If you guys are enjoying the talk show today, we're talking about pretty much everything going on with the Game Awards, whether it's the Game Awards statue, Geoff Keighley, the various announcements that might be there, Resident Evil 9, the Black Flag remake is apparently called Black Flag Resynced. Pretty creative, given like the Animus reference. And we have a question here from Broken Earth. This is something you can do as a member. Have you seen the recent reports of KOTOR remasters? IGN reporting on it seems more legitimate than some of the other recent sources. There were somebody recently that said there was something coming with Star Wars. And obviously people are like, maybe it's Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, like the third game in that franchise. But then somebody came out just flat out was like, no, it ends in Old Republic. And I don't know if I've seen the reporting. KOTOR, IGN, we'll see what they've said in recent days. Here we go. IGN reporting that Star Wars Knights The Old Republic 2 remake plans revealed as KOTOR 1 reimagining continues development at Saber. A KOTOR 2 remake was on the roadmap as of March. So this was posted on December the 8th and updated, so yesterday. So it seems here Saber Interactive's troubled Star Wars KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, KOTOR remake is reportedly still in development, and KOTOR 2 remake may be on the way too. The latest update on the long in-the-works Star Wars remake comes from a GameFile report, which pulls from court documents related to a false advertising lawsuit launched against Saber's Aspire Media and Lucasfilm in 2023. Recently filed records related to the suit, which involved the cancellation of the restored content modification for the Nintendo Switch KOTOR 2 re-release, appear to contain both updates for the KOTOR remake, as well as mentions of a mysterious project known as Juliet. Attorney Ray Kim prodded for details about Project Juliet during the deposition. The VP's response left little room for ambiguity. Juliet was the code name for a project where we were going to do a full remake of KOTOR 2 with modern art, modern gameplay, keep the story and the characters and the general content of KOTOR 2, but remake it for modern hardware and modern machines with updated graphics and those kinds of things. It was something we were discussing with Aspire. As for the long-lost KOTOR 2 content, he clarified that the plan was we should remake the content that was in RCM as it relates to Star Wars in the Juliet project. Whether or not KOTOR 2 Remake remains in development is hazy for now, with Riley's last update saying Juliet was technically on the roadmap as of March 2025. Should Saber continue development, it seems the plans for a reimagined version of the entire experience, even the RCM content, to be included in the final build. Many other details on the supposed KOTOR 2 Remake remain a mystery, but the good news is that Riley says, excuse me, we are starting with the remake of KOTOR 1, clarifying that Aspyr isn't working on those games. Instead, the KOTOR remake is said to now be in the hands of the team behind Hellraiser, Revival, and the Mad Head games. So it sounds like KOTOR 1 is in development at some stage, and KOTOR 2 is a mystery still. MTL with 33 months on a Member Plus. How excited are you for the Muppet Dudes this Thursday? Who will be joked on this year? By the way, time for some Dismatch. All right, man, let me add it to the total here. 53. Thank you so much for bumping the line. Hilly says, is Black Flag official or just officially the worst secret in gaming? Whenever something's rated by one of those ESRB sites or like the PEGI sites, it's pretty official. It's not like an official announcement, but it's as close to official as you can get without somebody just flat out coming out and saying that it's official. So yeah, I would say it's super close. The second part of your question is, yes, it's officially the worst secret in gaming. You had like the statue company basically confirm its existence. Somebody else basically confirmed its existence. I mean, it's been pretty much, you know. How many people are interested in the Black Flag remake? Like, weigh in, chat. Take a second, stop lurking, and let me know what you guys think, because I'm kind of excited about it. Also, make sure you're hitting that like button on YouTube as you guys take a second to type in the chat. This Friday Dispatch. Yeah, if you guys hit the goal, I'll play Dispatch this Friday. We'll see. I'm also willing to do a Returnal Rage run on Friday with you guys. That's a segment that somebody had an idea for a while ago where I have to pick up everything in Returnal. I don't get an option. I just have to pick it up. We'll see how far I can get. I'm pretty good at Returnal. Never played the OG, so I would be interested, says Drewski. I'm interested in Black Flag, says Twilight. If it's as beautiful as Shadow, says Rope. Yes. Got a lot of me's, interested, yes. Is that the game where you play as a boat? You don't play as a boat, no. No, you do not play as a boat. You can get in and out of the boats, though. It's really, really novel. I don't know how they achieved that so long ago. It's extremely hard to do that sort of thing, as evidenced by Skull and Bones. Arc Raiders cleans up 6 BAFTA Awards spots despite AI controversy. There is no controversy, but okay. Let's see what's being reported here. Why are these sites doing this now? Like, I can't take it into like a half screen layout. That's weird. It like doesn't format properly. Arc Raiders cleans up with 6 BAFTA Award spots despite AI controversy. Arc Raiders has proven its resilience in the face of mild adversity, securing a whopping 6 spots at the BAFTA Games alongside, despite the AI-based controversy that surfaced to plague the game mere weeks ago. They came under fire for using AI voice replication, which prompted some outlets to give the game shockingly low review scores. Now Arc Raiders is in the running for the BAFTA Game Awards for Best Audio and Best Music, among other things. They could be handed the award for Game of the Year, too, if things pan out in Embark's favor. So, audio achievement, best game, multiplayer, music, new IP, technical advancement. I mean, I wouldn't really call it a controversy that a couple of outlets reported poorly on it and formulated really, like, I felt like the opinions were very, very uninformed. It was like they didn't even really use AI in the people, in the way that people thought they were doing. Yo, what's good, Paranoid Merlin? How are you? I wonder if they'll bring back the mobile feature for sending out ships in Black Flag. I would imagine that would still be there. That was a pretty significant portion of the content loop, was it not? I'd see more of the new Turok game. Yes, I would as well. I'm interested in the Black Flag remake, particularly in what they do with the side activities like trade. Yo, what's good, Jay? How are you? I'd like to see more of the new Turok game. I'd love it. Think that more. Some outlets, one outlet. Yeah, did any other outlets weigh in on Arc Raiders and the AI stuff? I didn't feel like anybody else really weighed in on it. It was Eurogamer, right? I just don't know. And for those of you that might have missed it, it's actually going to be called Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. It's been rated Peggy 18. It's been rated, so that's pretty official. Let's see here if anything else has happened. Again, very, very brief new footage from Saros. Saros will be at the Game Awards. A very, very brief new footage of the main character looking at a monitor that turns red. He looks a little discouraged when it turns red. Seemingly, the loop of the game is that you're trying to stop an eclipse, I think. It also seems that you're looking for somebody. So, pretty sure it was IGN. Oh, IGN took issue with the use of AI? Crazy how that article made it seem like it was a big controversy when it wasn't. I mean, the same thing happened with Stellar Blade. There was literally one outlet that said something negative about the appearance of Eve in Stellar Blade, and then everybody said that the gaming press, said it. Another announcement about the Game Awards coming from Geoff Keighley right now, hot off the presses. We're thrilled to welcome Bethesda Studios' Todd Howard to present an award on Thursday night at the Game Awards. Tune in live around the world at thegameawards.com. So there you go. Another new development, another new announcement from Geoff Keighley. Do we think we see Everwild or Perfect Dark? If they do an in memoriam, Hilly, yeah. They'll put Everwild and Perfect Dark up on the screen in black and white, and they'll be like, and then In the Arms of an Angel will play, and we'll all mourn their passing. I'm still upset about Perfect Dark. I loved that game back in the day, dude. I was pretty irritated when they when we found out that it got canceled. I was like, really? Okay, wow. A lot of you guys today finding the stream through search. You're just searching for the Game Awards. Listen, I'm here to tell you, we are going to be co-streaming the Game Awards on Thursday. You can hang out here pretty much all day Thursday. We'll be just hanging out, talking, and enjoying, looking forward to the event, and then we will watch it together. It's always a good time, so if you haven't hit subscribe on the channel yet, consider hitting subscribe. Also, I noticed something. I've got like my own personal channel, so I can test things. Like sometimes I like to come to my own channel, like see how it looks, and my notification bell got set to personalized. So always double check that your notification bell is set to all, just in case you've been missing some of the shows and some of the uploads. Another great thing to do is to hang out in the Discord. So if you are a member or a sub, our Discord is there for you to hang out in. You'll never miss an announcement, and you can take part in Green Room. It's basically like an end of the day behind the scenes show where you can see like what we're planning and what we're thinking about doing and or covering. So here is now an update on this. The Game Award statue being related to Divinity Original Sin 3 was just a nothing burger leaker. Since something went viral I didn't expect, I'm not making any claims. This is just my assumption about the statue. I don't have further info. Yes, so Ecstasis clarified he does not have information about the statue. He was speculating. I think his speculation is good. I don't think it's necessarily a bad speculation, but I do think that people need to be quick to not think a tweet is a claim. Like, he was just being funny. He put like a little, Easter Island head statue thing, and then put a picture of Divinity Original Sin. Perfect Dark was just a GoldenEye ripoff. Always felt like it was kind of overpraised. It was good, but not great. Has it been held up over the years? I mean, my memory of Perfect Dark was that it was awesome. I mean, I loved the co-op angle. I loved the little missions and things that we were doing. My friend and I played nonstop. So, I don't know if we can say if it's been overpraised. I think, like, here's the thing. Back then, if you played a game and it was awesome, I don't think there was a part of you that was, I don't know. There's almost like this instinctive criticism now where, like, if something's too similar or adjacent or inspired or too like another game, we automatically kind of chop it down now. Back then, that was kind of unlikely. Like, I didn't play Clay Fighter and think, well, this is stupid satire of other fighting games. Me and my friends played it and laughed and had a good time. And I remember when Perfect Dark came out, obviously, yes, we weren't stupid. We were like, yeah, this is very much inspired by and adjacent to GoldenEye, but we loved it nonetheless. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if now that's one of the challenges that game developers face, is you have to attempt to be, novel, new, fresh, or what have you. If you guys are tuning in for coverage of the Game Awards 2025, more theories swirling about the Game Awards statue as we just kind of sit here and pull up tweets, articles, and different things. Game Awards 2025 is this Thursday at around 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you want to watch it here with us. There's a lot of potential announcements that will be there. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync has been it's been rated by the PEGI website. Saros will be there for PlayStation. There's still theories about the Game Awards statue. It has moved to LA. Shinobi tweeted about that. If you guys haven't seen it, Skyrim's dropping on the Switch 2 today as well. So yeah, so this here, you can see the statue has apparently moved. At least we think it moved. I don't think they made two of these things. I am still thinking that this thing is gonna open. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I think this thing's gonna open. At least it looks like it. Like this right here, all the way down to the bottom, and then you can kind of see right down here along. Like, this looks like it's gonna actually move. Like, you see the seam? I don't know. I feel like this center piece is coming off, man. I feel like it's coming off. Maybe it's a Demogorgon. It's just going to pop out and start walking around the city. The bears and the dragons scream Larian. Someone's coming out of that thing, no doubt. It's without a doubt opening. When do you guys think it's going to open? Like, I think they moved it to LA. Isn't that where they do the live event? Just 2 days from the Game Awards. Is this a new? So we have a new tweet from Geoff Keighley. Just 2 days from the Game Awards. For the first time watching 4K right here on X. Don't miss it when the show begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be co-streaming this here on YouTube and on Purple. So thank you guys so much for being here. Very quickly, I'm actually interested in something. If you're watching on YouTube, let me know if I suddenly showed up after a very, very long time. We have been streaming pretty much all year. I took the week of Thanksgiving off, but just let me know. I'm just kind of curious. Say, hey man, I'm seeing your videos again. It'd be interesting. We had somebody claim that yesterday, and I recognize his name. He was a long time viewer, and so I'd just be curious if that's happening today as well. This is the chance they do the funniest thing. They have a chance to do the funniest thing. Oh, what, with Kojima? Oh, have Kojima come out of the statue? STO says you did. I've lost updates and videos for a few weeks. Okay, that's exciting to hear. Thank you, SDO. It's going to open and Kojima's totally walking out. Yes, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. David Owen says, I just started seeing you again. Biggie Small says, I had to look you up today. Okay, so we're getting a bit of a mixed bag. Okay, thank you guys. Let me know. Listen, anytime that happens, if you're like, man, where's Lono? There's two things you can do. Check your subscription tab, or like where all your subscriber videos are. You can just click subscriptions, or be in our Discord. Do those two things and you'll never miss a show. You'll never miss an upload. Okay? Like if you're ever like, man, where's Lono been? Homie, I'm here. I take a week off for Thanksgiving. I usually will take a week off early in the year to go to Florida to visit my wife's family, and then maybe one in the summer. There are not very many weeks that I am gone. So if you go a long stretch and you're like, man, where's the homie at? I'm probably here. And those are the places you should check for me. So here's a question from Petrov. It says, what are you most looking forward to at the Game Awards? Number one, I'm excited to see the absolute dominance of Expedition 33. That one is exciting to see. Noti worked great for me today. Even got an email, Noti. Okay, good. Haven't seen you in a bit, but you started popping up again. Okay, thank you. If you haven't seen me in a bit, double check your notification bell. Make sure it is set to all so that I start hitting your stuff again. Okay, because I can definitely see names here that I'm like, wait, you seem familiar. So that's exciting, and thank you for being here. So I'm obviously excited about seeing more Saros. If you guys know me, I am an enormous Returnal fan. Like, enormous. I've got a very specific grind that I do. I've got a guide on the channel, actually, on how to do it, where you can try to max out the perks on the weapons, which is actually really, really hard to do in Returnal. I have 152 hours in Returnal. That's how much I played it. So, obviously, really, really excited to see more of Saros from Housemarque. I'm also really excited to see some official announcements of things that we know exist. Like, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake at the Game Awards 2025, right? The Game Awards statue, it's honestly, at this point, to me, exciting to think about, like, you know, what on earth could it be, right? Like, what could it be? You know, what's inside? Like, all the theories, all the guesses. That's really fun when something like that happens. So that I'm excited about. I am actually excited to see if we get anything from Half-Life 3 this week. According to Mike Straw of Insider Gaming, the announcement's imminent, and it's supposed to happen before the Game Awards 2025. However, Ecstasis has said that a reliable leaker has indicated that Half-Life will be at the Game Awards as well. So we used to pray for times like this, but it's finally here. Tomb Raider will be present at the Game Awards. Yeah, that's another one that I'm excited to see what they decide to do with Tomb Raider, because I really, really loved the first two, like when they reset everything. I really, really loved it. And then the third one I wasn't a huge fan of. So I'm kind of excited to see, I'm kind of excited to see what they decide to do with it. If you guys have checked out LEGO Voyagers, crossplay is now available. It's a co-op LEGO game. My wife and I played it for a little bit. She didn't like it, but it's a cozy little co-op game. Play with anyone on any platform with crossplay and friend pass today. So if you've got a buddy that you play video games with and one of you buys Voyagers, you can play that one today. Cozy little, you know, very chill co-op game. If you are, if you're in the mood. If the mood strikes you. Wouldn't be 2025 if we didn't get another Skyrim. That's right. Skyrim is out on Switch too. That's right. Yeah, Phantom Blade Zero flop? Why do you think Phantom Blade Zero will flop? Where do you see signs of that? I think it looks like a very, very good game. Looks like a fun game. Obviously, everybody's got different opinions, but it looks good to me. Lego Party needs a friend pass. I don't think Lego Party, does it have online and crossplay? I've only played it locally. I actually don't know. I've seen somewhere that there won't be Black Flag at the show. I mean, I think there's a high probability that Black Flag will be there because it just got rated by the PEGI website. That's insane. Phantom Blade will sell 10 million in a week in China. Yeah, the Chinese developers are kind of bringing the heat. I mean, I know Lost Soul Aside didn't do very well. That's kind of an unfortunate situation. Phantom Blade looks amazing, too good almost. It looks a little too good to be true, and I think that's because somebody told me their style of development's a little bit different than what we're accustomed to. They spend a lot of time on a vertical slice and make it as good as possible. Breaking news, everybody. I know you're going to be excited to see this, but Miss Piggy will be a presenter at the Game Awards. Hopefully you guys can all maintain your excitement about that one. That's pretty big. Game Awards 2025 announcements are heating up right now. Team Ambush with a Member Plus. Thank you so much for coming back in. We're at 54 on the week. A little behind pace for the 500. We'll see if we can't bounce back as the competition between YouTube and Twitch is going to YouTube today. More Muppets, great. Here's the thing I'm going to say to some of y'all about the Muppets, okay? Like, the Muppets are not that bad. The Muppets are nostalgic. I mean, I grew up watching, it's the Muppet Show. Like, I remember watching that with my dad. I remember watching Muppet Babies and the cartoon. And my kids love the Muppet Christmas Carol. Like, quit hating on some Muppets, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Have a little bit of childish wonder in your heart to just enjoy some Muppets, okay? There's nothing wrong with some Muppets. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Like, come on, man. Everybody's always hating on some Muppets. You're a Muppet. I don't care. Hey, what's the deal? Well, I mean, we all grew up with some Muppets, man. The Muppet Show was amazing. John Denver singing in the bed with the Muppets? Like, come on, dude. F a Muppet. Show me game trailers. I'm just saying, we can have a little fun with a show like this. You know? We can have a little fun with a show like this. Salter and Waldorf last year were gold. Yeah, man. They made fun. They were ripping Geoff Keighley up one side, down the other. It was fantastic. It really, really was. I like stuff like that. You know? I think people get... let's not take ourselves too seriously, y'all. Let's not take ourselves too seriously. It's an award show for video games. You know what I mean? Imagine a Lono Muppet. I'm just laughing. It would be a tough Muppet to make. I'll be honest with you. Because, you know, you got to put your hand in there and you got to, like, open and close it. The top would be so heavy. It would be ridiculous. You'd have this giant forehead. Then you got my Jimmy Neutron hair. Like, that would be... You would need some good hand strength if you were gonna make and use a Muppet that looked like me. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. That would be tough. I think that would be difficult. But I think people need to stop hating on the Muppets at the Game Awards. Okay, let's not take ourselves too seriously. It's an award show for video games, for crying out loud. I would love to see a Lono Muppet. You could probably make one with AI right now. What do you mean? Just feed it an image of me. Here we go. You ready? There you go. Get your screenshots and funnel it in and say, make him look like a Muppet. It'll just come back and it'll just be me unaltered. Be like, Mario looks like a Muppet. What are you talking about? My gut says Elden Ring 2. Oh, for the Game Awards statue? But I think it's Divinity Original Sin 3. Yeah, there's a lot of folks that are now leaning towards Larian for the Game Awards 2025 statue. If you guys haven't seen it, it's moved to LA. We think it's going to open. You know what this should happen? You know what they should do? This is what I think they should do. Let's say that it's Larian. They need to roll that statue out and have the CEO of Larian walk out and announce it. People will freaking lose their dadgum mind, especially after his speech last year, you know. FromSoft aren't even working. No, the forehead's not big enough. The forehead's not big enough, and I don't have a mustache. That didn't work well at all. This is trash. Go back to the drawing board. This is no good. This is garbage. What is this beatnik goatee anyway? Like, no. Where's my beard? My hair's too flat. My forehead's way too small. This is crap. They got the nose right. You know what I mean? They got the nose right. I actually have a Muppet-like nose. I never realized it until right now. Like, if you look at me dead on, like, I have a bit of a Muppet nose. I never realized that. I do. I never saw it before, and now that's all I see is a big giant Muppet nose. All right, hang on. We got another one. This one's a little bit better. That's not bad. AI is terrifying. It just really is. Like, I'm just in my shirt. Like, it's like I'm wearing the shirt. That is actually very good. I'm a little annoyed that the hair is styled better than mine. I take that a little bit personally. You know what I mean? That's styled slightly better than my hair. Why do they all make you brown? It's like orangish, tannish. I don't know. I don't know why they're making my complexion. Maybe they're trying to help me out. They're like, oh gosh, this guy's pretty pasty. We need to help him out. Let's give him a slight tan. Somebody asked a little while ago if I'd played Absalom. I played it a little bit with my wife. We don't really, we're not really too fond, it seems, of like platformer rogues. Yeah. So, yeah. That we just didn't vibe with it for very long. We had a lot more fun with like Borderlands and like Mario Party, and we're replaying Mario Galaxy 1. We've been enjoying that. Yeah. That is awful. That's nightmare fuel. What is that? This is like what prompt did you put in there? What prompt did you give it? Make him look like a Muppet who's been unwashed and homeless for years? Like, what the frick, man? That's horrible. That is nightmare fuel. This is a little bit better. All right. This isn't bad. This is more of a pompadour than like the sporadic messiness I try to bring. But the glasses are right. Okay. The beard's not bad. They got the beard pattern. Right. Forehead still too small. You know. Listen, biblically accurate. yeah. Creatures is biblically accurate. I look like John the Baptist or something. Like I'm gonna be ranting and raving and like eating bugs. Listen. I'm here to tell you, it'd be really, really hard to make me into a Muppet. You guys thought I was playing around, but like, my hair and my forehead are it's a tall order, no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Even when I zoom in, look what happens. See, there's just no room. There's no room for this runway. That you know what I'm saying? There's just a lot up there. There's a lot going on. In any case, Miss Piggy's going to be there, and that's obviously exciting. Scrolling through gaming news right now. If you guys see anything, let us know. Let's see here. Doesn't look like anything has developed in the past couple of minutes. I'll just catch you guys up. If you're just tuning in, make sure you hit the like button. Try to get us to 200 likes. It'd be great if we could hit 200 likes right now. We just hit 1 hour of streaming, and that really, really helps us when we have a good like count. So here's the thing. If you missed it, the Game Awards 2025 in full swing. Announcements kind of streaming throughout here. Soros will be there, and Miss Piggy will be there. I know you guys are really excited about that. We are also hearing and seeing pictures from Shinobi that the Game Awards statue has moved. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake is called Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync, and it has been rated by Peggy as Peggy 18, which means its announcement is probably close at hand. It could be at the event. We have also heard that Half-Life will be at the event from Ecstasis. Ecstasis saying, one of the people who leaked the thing. Resident Evil 9 could be at the event. And one of the reasons for that is they just today accidentally, PlayStation did this. PlayStation accidentally leaked that Leon is apparently in Resident Evil 9. So, that could be at the event as well. Shadow Drop of AC, I don't know about that. I mean, a Peggy rating doesn't necessarily provoke Shadow Drop in my mind. And you can submit questions like this as a member. It's a great reason to become a member right now. It's a great reason to gift members. Help us get kind of on pace for the week with our weekly goal. Neo Reaper says, with the game director for Final Fantasy VII saying the third installment will be finalized this year, do you think it'll appear at the Video Game Awards? I mean, it's very possible. Yeah, we know Phantom Blade Zero will be there as well. And a question here from Wire Rope, Muppet boxing appearance. We don't have a date for that game yet, do we? Muppet boxing game. It's got a name that's a play on words, right? Yeah, felt that. Felt that is to be announced. They're not even claiming it'll be out next year. Yeah, if you guys remember this game, listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. We got Game of the Year material right here. I mean, this is Game of the Year material. This is a killer game right here. You can tell. I actually really want to play this, y'all. I'm dead serious. I think this game is gonna be great. He's gonna snap, and here he goes. Boom. I don't know. Do we get any gameplay in this? I don't think we get any gameplay in this. Yeah. Oh, yeah, kind of. We get, like, simulated gameplay. I'm really interested to see how it's going to play because it looks like everything's pre-recorded in that. It doesn't look like there's, like, an actual, raw nature to the gameplay there. So we'll obviously have to wait and see. Twitter keeps saying I have new notifications and I don't see anything. You realize hype game for 2026 is Phantom Blade Zero. A $2 super chat from Alex says, hope we see Muppet Kojima announce Fizzin' and OD. There's a recent interview with Kojima. Apparently, he's being so ambitious with OD. He's like, oh. He said something like, and I think sometimes we get a little lost in translation there, like that it might not work out. Now, obviously, people were running with that as a headline. I don't think that's what Kojima meant. I don't think he was like, yeah, the game might not work out. We might not be able to release it. I don't think so. I don't think that is the case. I think he was just sort of speaking about the ambitious nature of the game. So my goal is to make everyone in the world hate my game. Yeah, I mean he's like, if too many people like it, we have to change some things. So if you guys haven't done so already on YouTube, take a quick second and give the video a like. Give it a thumbs up. A lot of you guys, when you're lurking and listening, make sure you go through that ritual. If you enjoy this show, it's a daily show that I do on gaming news Monday through Friday, and we appreciate you guys so much being here throughout the week. Claim your key and race for the prize. I don't even know what this game is. Sprecher has stocking stuffers. Yeah, speaking of stocking stuffers, if you guys are a little late on getting some gifts for your fam and your friends, our medium blend coffee and our light roast coffee is on sale for $10.95 a bag. That's the cheapest we've ever sold it. We're working our way through the medium and light roast, and we've already got some orders, and they'll be going out today. We're constantly shipping those out, so it's a great time to order. They'll get to you very quickly. Muppet Boxing. Yeah, felt that. It's a play on words, right? Felt, because, you make puppets from felt. Anyways, it's called Felt That, and it looks like a pretty unique take on a boxing game that we have yet to hear anything more about. It was announced a while ago. The current release date is coming. Yeah, we've continued to see this speculation about Saros. MBG here saying, I wonder. I just don't think so. The colors don't match at all. The demonic creatures do not match the aesthetic. There's medieval armor, and there's a bear, there's an alligator, there is a wolf, there is like a bird. This is very much like fantasy RPG land. This is not Saros. I am about as confident as I could be that it is not Saros. I also don't think you would do that level of marketing for a game that isn't just already announced, but a game that we've already seen gameplay for. Like, you don't do an ARG event that's mysterious and confusing and people are trying to figure it out, and you're like, yeah, it's for this game that we already announced and showed to you. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think so. I think it's probably either Larian's game, it's a FromSoft game, like it's Cory Barlog's game. Maybe he memed everybody and it is a new God of War. Yeah, it's very Diablo, Elder Scrolls, like a Larian RPG, something like that. These are the types of games that it will be. It does not fit the vibe of Saros at all. Even just from a marketing standpoint, it would not make sense for it to be Saros. It's like they've announced Saros, they've talked about Saros, they've shown gameplay of Saros. Oh, and they just announced today that Saros will be at the event. They'll be at the Game Awards. Like, it doesn't fit. You wouldn't have a mysterious marketing event with a statue for a game that has that much marketing sort of already in play. It doesn't line up. No, it's not Days Gone 2. That wouldn't line up either. It's too demonic in its too fantasy realm to be Days Gone. Days Gone was very real world grounded. There wasn't anything really fantasy about Days Gone. Saros has nothing to do with the statue. Yeah, I firmly believe that it is something new. I think it's something new that we have not heard about. Completely new. Now, when Jason Schreier says it's a good one, I believe that hints at it being a franchise people already love, like something from Larian, or it could be from a developer that people really love. So, like, if it is a new Santa Monica game, then that fits, right? That I think it's got to be new. I don't think it's something that's already out. I think there's a handful of really, really good guesses. I think the Divinity Original Sin guess, if you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about the Game Awards 2025, and the statue has changed locations. There's been a handful of announcements already made about who will be there. and the statue, people are continuing to kind of try to weigh in and see, what they think it is. And so, yeah. Best games that fit the vibe of the statues: Diablo 1 Remake, Elden Ring 2, or Divinity Original Sin 3. Yeah. And we also looked at it today a little bit in better light at LA because the statues move, and it's clear the thing's going to open. I wonder, though, do you guys think it's going to open tomorrow? Do you think it's going to open on the stage? Like, I think they're going to roll it out on stage. I think they're going to roll it out on stage and have it open then. Personally, that's what I think. Yeah. On the stage, yeah. I don't think they would do it like out on the street. I think it's easier to do it in a closed production environment where you can kind of like roll it out. The curtains are up, you can't see it, and they get whoever's going to get inside. Yeah. Which makes me think whoever's going to walk out, like as an idea, like as a marketing concept, like whoever's going to walk out has to be somebody that we like instantly recognize, which makes me wonder if it's going to be Larian. Like if the Larian CEO is going to walk out. I don't know if you're going to have like a character walk out, or are you going to have Larian CEO walk out? Because I do feel it'll have to be something that people will almost, recognize instantly. I'm going to clear the question queue. If anybody wants to submit a question now, if you're a member or a sub on Twitch, you can do that and be featured on the channel. And that happens live and on the fly. So use that question command. And make sure, man, thank you guys so much for a strong turnout today. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're also hitting subscribe. Make sure your notification bell is set to all. That got switched on me recently. So make sure and check that, because we will be co-streaming the Game Awards on Thursday. You're going to want to be here for that. It's going to be a good time. We always have a fun time with that. You hope it's Demon Souls 2. It'll be Muppet versions of the Baldur's Gate 3 cast. I'm giving you a follow. I saw your YouTube live. Elder Scrolls 6, the craftsmanship for detail for the characters kind of looks like it. Elder Scrolls got shot down by Jason Schreier. I also think it's a little too... it's too one note for Elder Scrolls. Like, it's very demonic with animals. So, Ben Starr's going to come out. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be something like that. And again, they came out and said, Jason Schreier's like, no, it's not Elder Scrolls. So, we're excited to announce Star Wars says we are working with 036 Studio and CCG Lab to develop a brand new digital collectible card game where players can battle across the Star Wars galaxy. Stay tuned for future updates. I'm be real with y'all. This is kind of a weird time to make this announcement, but Star Wars officially announcing this, a collectible card game where players can battle across the Star Wars galaxy. Stay tuned for updates. I mean, maybe they're going to have more at the Game Awards. It's a very weird week to make an announcement. You seem a little out of. If you're paying attention to gaming announcements and the Game Awards, this is a very, very strange week. I mean, I guess it makes sense to announce it before instead of after. Like, you announce it after and you're going to get stinking buried. I mean, the event itself is just so huge. It's just massive. It's like the most watched gaming event of the year. I don't think Schreier would have said good one for Divinity Original Sin 3. Can you explain why you think that? I feel like people really like that game, and I feel like people really like Larian. Why do you think he wouldn't say that for a new game from them? They're kind of renowned at this point. Question coming in from Butters. With the lack of gaming, knowing how from Netflix, if they manage to get WB, do you think we will see old IPs get licensed out, or are they just Netflix mobile games? Yeah, we ended up not covering this today because we don't feel like the reception to the topic is that strong. I'll give you very quick thoughts on it. I think people are kind of tired of talking about mergers and acquisitions, and I also think people are like, this is going to be worse for TV than gaming, which is probably fair. But I will say this. The biggest concern is when you spend that kind of money, you are going to instantly try to cut cost. Studios, projects, and employees. So that's the biggest concern. I'm always against this level of acquisition because it almost never leads to good things. You guys should be familiar with my stance on this if you're familiar with my ABK coverage and what I said was going to happen, and then it all started happening, and everybody just said, well, this is this thing happening in the industry, which is, I don't think, a fair or accurate assessment at all. And yeah, if it happens at this scale, you're going to see a lot of stuff go bye-bye. So after Baldur's Gate 3, Divinity's prestige is much higher. Success of Baldur's Gate 3, lots of people are waiting to see if what Larian does next. Larian's next project will be big news. Yeah, so like let's just go Baldur's Gate 3 lifetime sales. So according to Google's AI here, Baldur's Gate 3 has sold over 15 million copies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure an announcement from Larian would be considered a good one by Jason Schreier. Like, you're welcome to have your opinion that like that's not that big of a deal. I'm trying to see it from Schreier's position, like as a gaming reporter. I feel like he would say, "Oh yeah, this is a good one here. Like something new from Larian is that's big. That's big news." They sold, their last game sold 15 million copies. That's pretty dadgum successful. A CRPG where you roll dice. Sold 15 million copies, y'all. Like, let's be real. I think anything they announce is going to be considered a pretty big deal. Nobody knew who Larian was until they made Baldur's Gate 3. CRPGs and turn-based games are lame to me. Okay, let's do a little check here. Divinity Original Sin 2 lifetime sales. Divinity Original 2 sold around 7 million, it looks like. 7.5 million maybe. So again, that's a decent I would say that's a successful franchise. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say they're an unknown entity. They're also really, really well reviewed. Like Baldur's Gate 3 has a 96 Metacritic. Divinity Original Sin has a 93. The original Divinity Original Sin has an 88. Like they're highly reviewed and highly purchased games. So if you don't like them, and maybe they're out of the frame for you, that's fine. But I think Larian's got some weight in the industry. I don't think Baldur's Gate 3 is the reason. I think Baldur's Gate 3 obviously put jet fuel in the tank for them and really displayed what they can do. And they sold 15 million copies and they won Game of the Year. So yeah, I think their respect and prestige grew, but I believe it was already there. I don't think it was something that materialized overnight with Baldur's Gate 3. Let's see how many copies of the Divinity games were sold after Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, like people looping back and buying something else? Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Very different, obviously very, very different move there to spend tons and tons of time in a game like that and then to go back and buy an older game. I don't know how many people would do that as opposed to just rolling new characters and playing the game again. With the level of freedom you have in that game, I feel like a lot of people really celebrated the replayability of it. And that might be, you might be more prone to just start and play through the game again as opposed to going and buying an older game. I'm not saying people wouldn't do it, I just don't know how many would. Like in large numbers. Jack Garland says, I want it to be for Call of Duty. That would be so cringe, it would be golden. Like, that would be, come on. Again, I don't think Jason Schreier would say it's a good one if it was Call of Duty. It makes a lot of sense. You could just live in Baldur's Gate 3 if you wanted more Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, like, would they go and watch a trailer and have, like, a strong desire, to play, an older game? Maybe. But I don't know how large that number would be. Vithar says, I love Larian. I even played Divinity series before Baldur's Gate 3. Just a gut feeling, it ain't that. Oh, yeah, the Game Awards statue is clearly getting people excited for the Game Awards 2025. Like, I saw a really, really good breakdown where someone was like, this is really good marketing for your event. Like, everybody is talking about the Game Awards. Everybody's talking about the Game Awards statue. There is, I think this is a smart play. And I think in the future, Jeff's probably going to do more things like this. I think it's a very, very smart play. It's been fun to theorize and speculate. And now we're getting, a pretty steady stream of announcements. If you guys haven't seen, Saros will be there. Todd Howard will be at the event. It's actually interesting. Why do you think, I didn't even think about this until just now. Why do you think Todd Howard is there? Do you think they're announcing something? I mean, I'm just trying to think. Oh, he's presenting an award. Never mind. I was curious. I was like, what's it say in the announcement? So, Todd Howard from Bethesda is to present one of the night's awards. Okay, yeah. So I don't know if that necessarily are there to make an announcement. He could just be there to present the award. You know, it's such a big event. You know, keeping yourself in front of the gaming public is probably a good idea. It's jacket season. It is jacket season, and I love jacket season. I'll be honest with you guys. I've got some really, really good jackets, and you guys may have seen my really nice sweater that I wore in my top games of 2025. Listen, if you guys are you in the mood for a little, you guys in the mood for a little eye candy. I mean this is a fabulous, this fabulous sweater. If you guys haven't watched my top games of 2025, come on, man. 'Tis the season, boys. That is just a cozy looking sweater and video. Be sure to check that video out. My top 10 games of 2025. We did a follow-up stream the next day, and we talked about my honorable mentions that didn't make it into the video. So be sure to check out that video. It is the season for jackets and cozy sweaters, Looks like a Kohl's ad. You look like a Kohl's ad. I'm just kidding. What does that even mean? A Kohl's ad. You know what I mean? Is Kohl's still around? What kind of a name is that anyway? Kohl's. I don't know. Let's name our company Embers, but let's misspell it. It's probably somebody's last name, and I'm offending them right now. Nothing wrong with Kohl's. I know, like, as you said it, I was like, wait a minute. What's wrong with Kohl's? What's wrong with Kohl's, man? What's the big deal here? Can you say jacket season one more time? The frick is wrong with you? Jacket season or jacket season? They're two different things. Why not both, Fuzzy? Sears catalog. Dude, I remember that around this time of year, man. Mom and dad, would get those JCPenney, those catalogs, those Sears catalogs, the Toys R Us catalog would show up. Oh, it's freaking awesome. Question here from Butters. Following up on my previous question with Netflix and Warner Brothers. Sure, yeah, I want to talk about this some more. Do we know what IPs are currently in the works besides the Alien franchise, which is a VR game? I'm just giving you a hard time, Butters. Yeah, we don't really know. We're very confident that there's a Hogwarts Legacy sequel. We are very confident that there is a new Batman game that was greenlit. And then there is there's the Batman Lego game. But like a Batman game. John coming in with 46 months. All I'm going to say is bring back summer. I'm already over it. Thank you so much. We're officially at 55. It's time for the first 20 bomb of the week. Somebody secure that 75 milestone. You can secure it for YouTube or Twitch. Who wants it? I owe you a member, whoever hits it. Games for Eternity with a $2 super chat. Maybe the journalists are lying about the statue. Here's something that I don't think Jason Schreier would do, given his, the way his sort of credibility works in this space. I don't think he would lie for the sake of a marketing, thing. I think he would just stay quiet. What does he have to gain by being like, it's not Diablo 4 expansion and it's not the Elder Scrolls 6? Like, that would be, that'd be really, really weird. Now, I have admitted this many times that Cory Barlog could be playing a game. He could be totally playing a game. He put GOW in the chat. We don't know what GOW means. He could have been being cheeky. It could be something that isn't God of War. Or it could be his game. It could be a new game from Santa Monica. Like, why else would he immediately sort of be hovering in a chat to say, it's not God of War? Like, why were you watching a video about this statue? Like, were you wanting to kind of pay attention to the dialogue about it to throw people off the scent? Because within the first day, within the first 12 hours, we have. It's not Diablo expansion. It's not God of War. Cory Barlog was in a chat and blah, blah, blah. So if you're trying to figure out the Game Awards 2025 statue, I mean, if you're trying to figure that one out, it's very hard. Sort of the way like public headcanon works. Like the minute something's off the table, people just stop considering it. He pops into Luke's stream sometimes. Sure, I'm not saying that he doesn't. What I'm saying is the timing is interesting, we'll say. It's interesting. It's like you're sort of quickly jumping in to be like, oh yeah, no, it's not GOW. Okay. All right. Maybe he's goofing. Maybe it's his game. Or maybe it was just a genuine moment. He was like, yeah, no, that's not us. You know. What's interesting is that's not what he said. He didn't say, oh, yeah, that's not us. That's not Santa Monica. He says it's not GOW. Corey's timing is a genuine eye squint. Yeah, you're like, You know what I mean? You got to do the zoom. You got to be like the, Like, you got to do the timing there because it's like, yeah, what are you doing here? The Larian guess is good, too. I honestly think. Like, you know, God of War Ragnarok, never heard of her. Right. I really like the guess that it's Larian and, like, the CEO walks out, you know. Too convenient. It's really convenient that he was in there and then he said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I disagree on the timing being suspicious. What does he have to gain by saying it's not GOW? He throws people off the scent. Think about the surprise it'll be if it is. Think about the surprise it'll be if it's his new game, right? What is this tweet? Mark Hamill says, I've loved Sigourney Weaver ever since my all-time favorite film, Alien. Couldn't resist going all fanboy on her yesterday and asking her for a photo. She told me she's now in the cast of The Mandalorian. Talk about bad timing. She's now in that galaxy far, far away. She's in Mando? I didn't know that. Maybe the movie. I didn't know that. I didn't know they were doing that. Oh, yeah, there's a picture right there. There you go. I believe it's Sony. They have these type of marketing stunts. I don't disagree with you. Hey, we got a lot of people tuning in. I don't know where we're getting bumps from, but we're getting bumps, and that's exciting. Listen, if you're looking for the Game Awards 2025, we will be co-streaming it on Thursday, so make sure you hit subscribe. Guys, take a quick second and hit the like button. Get us to 200 likes. We're talking about the statue and all the possibilities of what it could be. The Game Awards statue. It's now in LA. It is apparently moved. But yes, Games for Eternity. King So What bumps the line with the member. Thank you so much. I agree that PlayStation has done this type of thing before. They did the PlayStation 5, a big statue in the public with like stuff around it so you couldn't touch it. They did the Kratos' axe. They did Horizon Forbidden West. I feel like they did maybe some statues for Astrobot in China. How they move by truck, I don't know. So they've certainly done this type of thing before. So it does feel like, hey, yeah, maybe this is one of the PlayStation studios. So I don't know, because anybody could have decided, because this could have been Jeff's idea. If it was Jeff's idea, well, then that means it's not PlayStation. But again, the pattern does slightly fit, where it's like, okay, you guys have put statues like this in the public before. I think it would be fair pushback to say PlayStation has not put mysterious statues in the public space. They would put a statue in the public space for, something that they that you know about, right? I just disagree because there is zero ambiguity with those statues. Right, I just said, Scott, like right on time. I was like, it would be fair pushback to be like, PlayStation doesn't do like curious, mysterious excuse me, ambiguous statues. They do a statue for something that you know about. Vibinaut, if you want to submit a question, you do have to be a member. I'll answer your question. It just won't be like featured on the channel. That's like a perk of being a member. If you do decide to be a member, just make sure you pick Member Plus, so that way when you celebrate every month, it counts towards the goal. But I'll answer your question right now. What was your most recommended hidden gem of the year? Thank you for the 7-stream streak, Trekkie. I would say that a game that people might not have played, that, you know, might have been a little bit lower on the radar, less notoriety, would be Shinobi Art of Vengeance. It is the best action platformer Metroidvania that I've played in a long time. It's one of the best. People are like, it's not a Metroidvania. It's very Metroidvania. Like, it's not one cohesive map, but you get abilities and go back to previous areas and open stuff up. So Shinobi Art of Vengeance is brilliant. Like, I put it up there with Ori 1 and 2, the first Hollow Knight, and Prince of Persia and the Lost Crown. I can't say that I put it up there with Silksong because I put Silksong down. I did not like Silksong. I loved the first Hollow Knight, and I did not like Silksong. So I can't list that one. So a VIP plus from Narwaffle. Welcome back in. 57 on the week. Thank you so much. Hidden Gem, Lonely Mountain, Shinobi and Ball Pit. Yeah, Ball Pit is another one that might not be on your radar. I put like 30-something hours into Ball Pit, and I really, really liked it. And I think I did literally everything there was to do in Shinobi. Cleared every map, did all the really challenging things like the platforming, and it was like 16 hours. So, what is the statue? The Game Awards statue, currently the theory is that it is Larian, a new game from Larian. It is Divinity Original Sin 3 is the current theory. That's the current theory. So there's also a theory that it's God of War or a Santa Monica game. There's a theory that it's a FromSoft game. People are starting to lean towards it being a new Larian game. That one's kind of taking over. Shinobi's a really fun game. It really, really is. Silksong's your game of the year. I think that Silksong is going to win a ton of awards. I'm not surprised that it was nominated for game of the year. But I didn't vibe with it. You know what I mean? It was like when I told people that Baldur's Gate 3 was going to win game of the year, and it wasn't my kind of game. Like, I didn't vibe with it, right? Like, you could just see. Like, I told people that Expedition 33 is going to win game of the year. It basically is tied for, like, my favorite game this year, but I played way more Yote, and I liked Yote a little bit more. It's a little bit more in my preferences. Like, I loved Tsushima. I love games like that. So, like, I think sometimes in these discussions, people forget that it is all opinion, and I always leave room for a game that maybe I didn't like, or maybe I didn't finish or roll credits on, or maybe a game that I put down. I can still say, yeah, that game's going to win awards. That's a quality game. Like, you can look at the general reception of a game, and when I played Baldur's Gate 3, I was like, yeah, this is not a game built for me and my preferences, but this game's going to absolutely crush. It just was built. It was just such an excellent game. You could tell from the reviews, you could tell from the playthroughs, you could tell from the public praise, you know. Gatorhead with human arms is very Metal Gear Solid 3. I don't think that it's human arms. I think that's a misfire. Let me see. I think Nick had good pictures, but he freaking tweets like crazy. Retweet your statue theory. Hang on. You're just out here fighting with everybody. Here it is. I don't know if I would say that's a human arm. It's tough. Like, if we look up, I mean, it looks like an alligator to me. I mean, gators have arms that are kind of like that, my man. You know what I mean? Like, The musculature definitely looks like a dude's arm. That's true. I'll actually grant you that. I'll grant you that. It definitely, like, there, you can't really see because of the scales. That definitely has like the musculature of like a dude's arm. You can see like tricep and bicep. Excuse me. And then the hand with the long claws. I don't know. It's hard to know if that's like a clue or not, but you tweet just enough. I'm not trying to put you on blast, Nick. I did like your quote where you said, ask it to make you handsome next. Oh, that was legendary, boy. 6 million views. Holy mackerel. Whew, that was good. I appreciated that one. Same for the bear on the right side. What do you mean same for the bear? Does the bear has like a human hand or like a human finger or something like that? I don't think I saw that. That's actually really interesting if they're more like hybrids. That, I don't know. The botted likes one. Yeah, every time, Nick, every time they get bodied, it's bots. Every time. If they get ratioed, it's bots. You talk about living in a bubble, bro. They're like, surely no one thinks this. And only people agree with me. There's no way anybody liked this tweet this many times. Thing's been seen millions of times. Leon Kennedy may have just leaked for PlayStation. Yeah, if you guys missed that one, Resident Evil 9, the Leon leak. Yeah. Death Howl comes to PlayStation 5 on February the 19th. Step into Rose turn-based battles, grid board tactics. I'm not familiar with that game. The John Hamm meme is fantastic. It really is. It's everywhere now. It's funny how quickly something like that spreads. His tweet was super viral. It was good. It was a solid tweet. It was a solid tweet. I liked it. I don't have the stomach. To fight any of those folks. I just mute them. I don't even want to see their stuff. Look at the bottom right. There's a car tier on the statue. What in the world is a car tier? Are you telling me there's a car crying? I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Game Awards will start here on December the 12th at 3 p.m. What time does it start? In my time zone, it starts on it starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Tier? I don't know. I really don't know what they're trying to say. Bro, chill. A demon monolith just appeared in the California desert. Smoking, covered in human faces, and nobody knows who put it there. Drivers on Highway 62 pulled over because they saw smoke drifting off of a towering black structure covered in screaming faces, twisted bodies, serpents, ribs, claws, and a giant eye in the center dripping molten red. One guy filmed it up close and confirmed that what everyone was thinking. It's not a hoax. It's not AI. It's real. It wasn't here yesterday. That's the part that no one can figure out. No artist claimed it. No permit. No crew. No construction footage. No tire tracks. Nothing. A 20-foot demon monument covered in hundreds of sculpted human corpses just appeared in the desert overnight. Smoking! And nobody knows who put it there or how it got there. People online are throwing out theories. A ritual site someone wasn't supposed to find. A message about the souls trapped in the system. A real-life door disguised as art. A test for public reaction. A symbol planted before a major event. An omen, because the thing literally looks alive. This doesn't feel like an installation. It feels like a signal. Be honest. Does this look like art to you? Or does it look like something you weren't supposed to find? Community note. It's a promotional stunt for the Game Awards. I love it, dude. This guy was like, oh, this is real, bro. Look at it. 2 million views, bro. No Twitter blue money for you. Stirring up like fear and like, oh no, the hellscape's about to open. Yeah, you don't get any Twitter blue money, buddy. Community noted. Man, this dude, it's a parody account. Oh, is it really? It's like it was a gag about it being a gag. Hang on. Let me check. Oh, I mean the name of the account. Hustle, bitch. I seek the truth and share it. But disclaimer: posts made are not personalized nor financial advice for the viewer and are for entertainment purposes only. Okay, all right, that's pretty good. That makes it even better. You didn't see the name? No, I just started reading. It was funny. It was written really well, like as a comedic piece. That's really good. The best part is you read through the whole thing and then you see the community note and you're like, yeah. Oh, man. That's funny. Whew. The replies were great. Oh, yeah. That's the best, is when people eat the onion. They're just like, oh, my gosh, we're about to die. Oh, golly. Final Fantasy like summon. Yeah, I don't know if it's a Final Fantasy. Yeah, the Warner Brothers thing continues to develop. PlayStation Store accidentally revealed the Resident Evil veteran will be coming to Requiem. All right, gaming news. Gaming news slowing down a teeny bit here. Teeny bit. We got Blueprints, 5 category nominations for Blueprints at the BAFTAs. Good for them. Best game, best debut game, music, game design, and narrative. Good for Blueprints. Good for you. If you guys have a member renewal or a Prime to celebrate, make sure and do that. Thank you for 200 likes over here on YouTube. And we appreciate you guys so much supporting the channel. And make sure you celebrate those. Adds to the total. We're going to fall quite a bit behind on pace. And that's for that Friday night stream that we like to do. And we'll do some dispatch. I'll actually do 2 segments this week. We'll do the Returnal segment. Somebody had a really good idea. We'll do that on Friday as well. And thank you to everybody who has hit subscribe today also on the channel. A lot of new subscribers. Do you think Resident Evil 9 will support PSVR 2? Maybe. I don't see why not. Didn't they do that with a recent game? I think that would probably come later, honestly, Nick. Thank you for the gifted sub. Siege Master trying to start a little something here. Bumping the line by 1. Appreciate you. I feel like that's something that might come later because there's certain instances and things that I'm assuming they would have to build specifically for it. Siege is going to bump the line one more time to 59. Thank you for another single. The statue is for Stellar Blade Swimsuit Edition. This is correct. I've come to the conclusion that the statue is a Souls-like. They did for 7, 4 Remake, and 8. At launch or later? I thought they did those things later. Am I misremembering? Siege Master comes in again with another one and bumps us to 60. Rounds us out nicely. Eventually it will. I think they'll do it, but I just don't know if it'll be at launch. The statue is for Tomb Raider. Still coping for God of War. I don't think it's God of War. Unless Cory Barlog was just straight up fooling people. I think that's the least likely of any of them. It's more likely his new game than it is God of War. How could it be Tomb Raider? Demons and like a Hellgate? That doesn't line up with Tomb Raider at all. I don't think it lines up with Tomb Raider. The snitch posted Kratos' bald head, though. Right. Is the snitch doing that in reference to the statue? Or is the snitch doing that because some kind of a God of War announcement is imminent? Like, there could be a God of War announcement happening any day now. It could be the God of War TV show. Like, the Game Awards 2025 is an enormous onslaught of announcements. Everything doesn't have to be related to the statue. Does that make sense? Like, it could be anything. I think the snitch is hinting that something with God of War is getting announced. It could be the God of War 2D game that Tom Henderson won't talk about, that he kind of talked about. It could be the TV show. You know? It could be a number of things. A post proves it was placed there by aliens. That's right. They don't even know the origin of the meme. What meme are you talking about, Eugene? Not the TV show? Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's more exciting to get game announcements than show announcements. You know, I'm excited about Tsushima because they got the guy that did director of I can't even think of the stupid John Wick. I couldn't think of it. I was legit stun locked right there. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope they can pull it off. You know, I think Fallout is looking very promising for its next season. It was pretty disappointing, you know, to see what happened with The Last of Us Season 2, but excuse me. Okay, so according to this, Genki's just now reporting this. Norman Reedus... Oh, I thought it said is working with Hideo Kojima on Death Stranding. Sorry. False alarm. I misread it. Lots of games get sold out of the Game Awards. There has to be a balance between reveals and awards, Keighley says. Oh, is this like an interview with him about it? Let's take a look here. He's taken a lot of heat over the years. He does an interview here with Video Games Chronicle. VGC is independent, by the way, y'all. So another outlet that I think is worth supporting. I think Andy and the team over there do a good job. Lots of games get sold out of the Game Awards. There has to be a balance between reveals and awards. Both are important, he says, because people come for the announcements, then buy the award winners. All right, in an interview with Game Business, Keighley said he understands that some viewers watch the Game Awards mainly because they want to see trailers of new game announcements, while others watch because they want to see who wins the awards themselves. It's a balance that has to be maintained. Let me get this a little bit bigger for you guys. It's a balance that has to be maintained, he says, because people who come for the announcements may discover the games that win awards and buy them as a result. There are many different constituents that tune in, and it is a balancing act. You correctly pointed out that there's the awards aspect of the show, there's the announcements aspect, and yes, there are some people that would like to see the show be all awards. Some would like to see all the announcement. My view always is that the announcements create a very wide audience that tunes into the show, and because of that, when we do give out these awards, they're seen by lots of people. This is an aspect of the Game Awards that I think really gets lost on all of, like, the people who moan and cry, oh, there's too many announcements and there's too many trailers and commercials or whatever. Listen, you get a lot of people tuning in because there's announcements, there's surprises, there's reveals, and people pay really good money to do advertisements during his event, so the event is big, it's high production, it reaches lots of eyeballs. And that means tons of people get to hear about Ball Pit and Blueprints and other games like that. Those medium and small developers really, really probably appreciate what comes from this event for them. And that would not happen if it was literally just an hour and a half of awards, no announcements, no trailers, no intrigue. The reason it's the most watched gaming event of the year is in relation to those things. I think people are addicted to criticism and hate, and so anything something does, you can twist it into a criticism. You can twist it into hate. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you say. Folks can twist it into a negative. If he did no announcements and he did no reveals, the same people would twist the event and say, it's just a boring slog. It's just a bunch of announcements. It's just a bunch of, self-adulation for the gaming, developers or whatever. Like, I think that's what people would say. I don't think you can win. So I think the best thing you can do is make a great show that's well funded, that's high production, that has, tons of announcements, and you get lots of people to tune in for that reason. Do you love Geoff? I mean, I don't love Geoff. I like him. I think he does good work. I think he's good for the industry. I think people are trying to take a pound of flesh from him, during the 1 year. Somebody said he didn't have a moral compass because he didn't talk about the layoffs, because he's got a lot of, investors and constituents and people that are advertising during his event, and he can't poo-poo, the industry that is helping the events take place, because people want to virtue signal on Twitter about everything these days. So it's like, I don't think that the criticism and the hate that he gets is warranted. I think a lot of it's drummed up and fake. It doesn't matter what you do. People will find a reason to hate you and hate your event and hate what you do. It's a significant part of the internet. I try to focus on what's good about the event. I'm always excited to see the announcements. I'm always excited to see the trailers. And then I'm also excited to see games recognized for how great they are. It was great seeing Baldur's Gate 3 win. It was great seeing Astrobot win. It's going to be great this year seeing Sandfall lifted up and hailed as a triumph of gaming development. Such a small studio with a lot of passion and a really great vision for a really creative game. Those are all good things. Everyone always loves it when people crap on what pays the bills because it doesn't pay their bills. For sure. Like the level of production. Like, go watch the Golden Joystick Awards and look at the production value and look at the audio quality. And I want you to remember that when we're watching the Game Awards this Thursday. And it's at the caliber of like a high-level Hollywood event, with like professional cameras and lighting and a stage and an orchestra and celebrities and everything else. Like, the reason you get that level of production quality and the reason you get that level of prestige, interest, and viewership is because they spend a lot of money. He could run this low budget and do it in like a hotel, meeting room, and the audio could be terrible and it could be, awkward, small scale, and cringy, and then only show awards and not do any trailers or announcements. Sure, he could do that, but then everybody would bellyache and criticize the event anyway. They would say, this is lame, this is cringe, this is dumb, That's what I'm saying. I like the Golden Joystick Awards, but their audio quality 2 years in a row was abysmal. It was like echoey and bad. There were times where you couldn't even hear what people were saying. And it's like, that's what you get when you don't have a big budget. No shade at all. I like the Golden Joystick Awards, but they probably have a fraction of the budget that Keighley's able to work with, and he's able to work with a big budget because he gets lots of big players to be involved. The Streamer Awards are run by one girl. I was actually pretty impressed by the production, like the setting and the lighting and everything of the Streamer Awards. It did keep skipping and dropping frames. It seemed like they were having some kind of a problem with the stream itself. And obviously I saw a lot of the cringe moments. This is the main reason people are thinking Elder Scrolls or something similar, because of the bear hands. All right, let's take a look at these bear hands on the Game Awards statue. Now, hang on one second. This looks like it's been altered. Or like maybe it's just been upscaled by AI or something. I mean, I don't necessarily think that looks like a human hand. It looks like again, I'm seeing musculature that you wouldn't really see synonymous with a bear. You can like see the shoulder muscle and then like the definition in here. I don't know. This is definitely making me think it is Divinity Original Sin 3. Because they have anthropomorphized, is that the word? Anthropomorphized? I think that's the word. Anthropomorphized? Is that a word? Anthropomorphic, relating or characterized to having human characteristic. Anthropomorphized. I'm close enough. Anthropomorphic. That's a freaking tough word. Anyways, it definitely feels like there are characters like that in Divinity Original Sin 3. Like human-like, like animal creature people things. That's really specific. It's a claw, of course, but that's not what bear claws look like. That bear has a human hand. He also has a human arm. Like, bear arm. And that's not, I'm going to get the wrong thing searching for bear arms. Chad, I searched for bear arms, and here in America, that means something different. Let's just look up a bear, all right? Jiminy frickin' Christmas. Okay, look. Stupid. Like, look, y'all. Like, I mean, they kind of do, though. They kind of do have, like, fingers, you know, but this right here is what throws it. Look at the, not the second half of the arm. Look at the bicep, tricep area on this bear, all right? I mean, that's something, all right? And now let's look at this image, okay? This looks like more like it's been thinned out to be more like a human arm than this. You know what I mean? Let's try a bear hand. Yeah, bear hands definitely don't look like that. They don't. Let me try and find a good picture here. They're more stubby. This is from the other side, but this will get the job done. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's more of like a stub for the finger and then these giant freaking claws coming out. This is a finger with like a straight up like spike claw coming out. Bears are, obviously there might be bear hands that look like that. But bear claws and bear hands are very much like a, kind of like how you have like the toe pads on like a dog a little bit. And then this giant pad here. And then these claws coming out. I mean, he'd smack you and you'd be out. Yeah, you'd be over. They're monstrous. They're monstrous creatures, man. Bears are crazy. Arc Raiders is teasing something coming in a week. Let's see what we got here. 12/16/25, so that's in 7 days. A cold snap is coming. I wonder if they're going to introduce weather conditions where you're going to have to maybe do something to stay warm, like dip inside of a building, maybe wear something, carry something. I don't know. Maybe there'll be shield types or gear types to keep you warm while you're out there. I mean, or it'll just be like for fun, like snowstorms to lower visibility. Maybe it won't create survival instances or something like that. We know they like to do weather conditions, so checking here. High on Life 2 revealing new weapon. Meet Travis, an SMG voiced by Ken Marino from The State and Wet Hot American Summer. Given the language of this game, I'm not going to let it play because I run a safe for work broadcast. Your PlayStation wrap-up is ready. Oh, is it? Let's see if it's actually working. Launching the wrap-up today. Okay. All right. View your score. Okay, so your top 5 games Whoop, I hit the wrong button. Your top 5 games. Returnal, 82 hours. Ghost of Yotei, 63. Borderlands 4, 60. Assassin's Creed Shadows, 44. Split Fiction, 44. You played to your heart's content. 101 PS5 games and 111 PS4 games. I played 112 games this year, it says. Gunslinger. You spent 13% of your game time hitting targets with exceptional skill to secure the victory. So, yeah, I like shooters. That's not a surprise, you know. This is a scheduled post. Have a great day. Insomniac Games. They might be there with some more Wolverine. That wouldn't surprise me at all. You played for 938 hours. That's not bad at all. That's probably more than previous years. You know what I mean? That means I averaged 2.5 hours a day for the entirety of the year. Well, no, not for the entirety of the year because we're not done yet. There's still some days left, but still. 984 play sessions. I did 15 hours on the Portal, only 2 on PSVR 2. That's actually not surprising at all. I stopped using my VR. Yeah. I thought you don't play games. Yeah. If if you believe the propagandists, I don't play games at all. Your favorite controller of 2025, Astrobot. This is probably because my kiddos use them a lot. I actually use them a lot too. I do like them. I don't have the Moon Eyes one though. I just have the normal one. Oh, it's crashing and logged me out. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can't sign back in here. View your score. All right, we were on... Okay, next page did load. Thank you for being a member. PS Plus member for 9.9 years. In 2025, you played 14 PS Plus games. You got 768 trophies. I don't even trophy hunt, so I don't know if this is high or not. I don't know if this is a good number or what. Your trophy level increased 38 levels. Okay. Your trophy milestones. I don't need to scroll through these. I mean, right? Yeah, we don't need to scroll through those. Social stats. Multiplayer hours 186, parties joined 10, messages sent 1, new friends 4. Yeah, that's not surprising. I don't do a lot of social gaming. What a year. Summary for your year. Games played 112, total trophies 768, hours played 938. Your top game was Returnal. Yeah, it's not surprising. I love Returnal. One of the reasons Returnal is up here is I beat Returnal this year co-op with my wife. I've obviously beat the game before, but I beat it this year co-op with my wife, which was just so enjoyable. And that's how I figured out how to do the weapon grind. So I'm currently working on getting all of my weapons at 100%, all the perks unlocked. Your unlocked reward. Well, thanks for putting the code there. That's great. I don't need that. That's fine. More from PlayStation. What's coming next year? Oh, they've got a blog up. Is this new? This is new. They did this last year. Oh, looky here. The most anticipated games coming to PlayStation in 2026. So, Wolverine, Batman Lego, Onimusha, Way of the Sword, Dune, Awakening, Soros. Yes, indeed. I mean, console warriors are going to love this one. Halo's on the PlayStation blog. First Light 007, Crimson Desert, Marvel Tokone Fighting Souls, Pragmata, Neo 3, Resident Evil 9, Blood of the Dawnwalker, 7 Deadly Sins, and the Directive 8020. Now, this list will probably get longer as the year goes. They usually come and they add more things. This is an amazing year for games, honestly. Really, really strong. So what is that? 3, 6, 7, 10, 11, 14, 15. So 15 games already. Already more games than there are months in the year. I mean, we're gonna be very, very busy. So very similar to last time, though. It's a mix of first and third party. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon for PlayStation because they know that third party games sell very, very well for them. So yeah, exciting. Staying over, don't miss on the hottest news. Sign me up here. Very, very Good. I wonder what my wrap-up was for last year. Did I tweet it? Let's see if I can find it. Reforge Gaming PlayStation wrap-up. Did I do it last year? We can compare 1 year to the next. I wish there was a way of doing that. I'll have to use advanced. Might have to use the advanced search because I thought I posted my wrap-up last year. I thought I did. I'm not seeing it though. No. If anybody can find it, I'd be interested to compare because I feel like I was very intentional about I wanted to play more games this year. I wanted to beat more games this year. I completed search by date. I'd have to use advanced search. I'd have to use advanced search. I don't feel like doing that right now, but I tried this year to clear more games. I wanted to close out some of the games in my backlog. I have beat, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, I've rolled credits on 22 games this year. And then I didn't roll credits on Blueprints. Can't really roll credits on Arc Raiders, but I also played those quite a bit and enjoyed those. So that was a decision that I made. I wanted to play more games and beat more games. I made time for that, and I enjoyed it. Being somebody who primarily played, Destiny for 5 years, and then spent the last 5 years trying to get into more variety. It was fun being able to spend more time in games this year. It was because when you only play one game, like when you kind of live in a game like Destiny, it really limits your exposure to other games. You just don't have time. Like new content would come out for Destiny, and I'd have to play it constantly, and I'd have to constantly be in there. Cyberpunk TCG announced by CD Projekt Red and Weird Co. What is this? It's for collectors, traders, and fans of the franchise. It was like a convention or something? Oh, it's a trading card game. I was like, I don't know what TCG is. Trading card game. I'm an idiot. I don't play trading card games. I was like, what does TCG stand for? Still waiting for Xbox to do their wrap thing. Oh, mine will be nothing but Fortnite because that's the only reason it gets turned on now. My daughter plays Fortnite on the Xbox. I'll have almost no game time on it. Are you waiting for Sorrows? Yeah, I'm absolutely excited about Sorrows. Very, very much. Yeah. Let's see here. I wonder if I could get this to look like a square. I need to do a new one. You know what I mean? They do this thing. It would need to be the same across. I wish I could just tell the snipping tool that I want it to maintain square. It doesn't have that as an option. Because whenever you post on Twitter, it's framed a lot better. Oh, that works. Let's see. My PlayStation wrap up 2025. Yeah. You could say I'm really excited for Sorrows. You can say I'm really excited for Sorrows. I played a lot of Returnal this year. More than I ever have, actually. If you think about it, 82 hours of Returnal, and I've got 152. So prior to this year, I only had 70 hours in Returnal. So I played more Returnal this year than I've ever played. Than I played previously. So, how do you see your recap? You go to, what's the address? they posted about it. PlayStation had like a blog, and you go to, what is it? It's probably like PlayStation.com/wrap up. I would assume it's something like that. Oh, it looks like it's wrapup.playstation.com. There it is. It's in the chat. Do me a quick favor, guys, and hit that like button. We are kind of entering into that final hour of the show where we can get sort of a little off topic or all over on topic. And that is always fun and exciting. So you guys can submit questions for that. If there's anything else going on, whether it's the Game Awards 2025 or anything else, you can submit those questions now. Do me a favor, if you haven't hit the like button already, go ahead and do that. And thank you so much to everybody who hit subscribe today. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't already. And then check your renewals. You might have a Prime to renew on Twitch or renewal to celebrate on YouTube. We're probably going to fall behind again this week on pace, which is okay. That's just for Friday night. That's not for any other segments that we do. The rest of the segments and the daily streams and the uploads will continue regardless of that goal. Death Stranding Director's Cut was your top game. I like Death Stranding 1 a little bit more than Death Stranding 2. I like them both, but I liked 1 a little bit more. How does co-op work in Returnal? Might get my kiddos playing with me to get them off of Fortnite. It's challenging, Scott. Yeah, it's challenging. So it's actually more difficult than playing by yourself because you have to share everything. It's a pretty brilliant way to keep the game balanced so like it doesn't become super easy. So I'm actually interested to try it again with Madam now that I've got a lot of the guns upgraded, because like every gun that drops is good now for the most part. Like every gun I find, I'm like leaving behind god tier weapons to carry a god tier weapon, which means she would always have a really good weapon. So like I'm kind of interested to see if the more you play and the more you unlock and the more you level up, like does that make you stronger in the game overall, even in co-op? Because it is more challenging. Co-op, because again you're sharing things. Who is at the door? Oh, maybe they dropped something off. I liked it a lot though. It was really fun. It was really fun playing with her, and it was really challenging, but we had a really good time. We had to suspend the runs, which meant she would come back and she wouldn't have any of her parasites or gear or artifacts, but she would be able to pick. She would be at the proficiency that I was at. So the first weapon we found, we would just give her, and yeah, it was a good time. It was a really good time. So I am going to need a brief break, though. We're just going to kind of keep going, keep hanging out, keep hitting the like button, keep doing the things. Yeah, Ant Got No Games, thank you for renewing your Prime sub for 17 months over there on Twitch. I appreciate it very much. I will be right back. This is the one time of the year I like that my office is warmer than the rest of the house, because the house gets a little chilly, even with the heat going. Even with the heat going. Insomniac Game says, this is a scheduled post. Tim the Tatman says, Rogue is my new main. Man, Rogue is. Marvel Rivals is like, listen, if you're going to make a character, you just got to make them thick. That's the rules. That's the rules. He's invisible again. He must be related to John Cena. I don't remember. Let me check my homepage on the PlayStation app, see if it's where I got it. Yeah, I mean, if you just go to wrapup.playstation.com. Yeah, I hope we get the dispatch goal for this Friday night. I'm excited to see what Lono thinks. Because Madam can't make it, I'm actually offering sort of like a double whammy. You got 200 hours on the portal. I only got about 15 hours on the portal, which is pretty good for me. I don't really travel all that much. Once they added cloud, I put in a lot more time. It was a lot of ball pit. But I am offering a double whammy. We will do something that somebody came up with this idea, and I'm calling it a Returnal Rage Run, where I have to pick up everything. I don't get to pick. So, like, whether it's going to give me a malfunction or a gun that I don't want, anything I find I have to pick up is the rule, and we want to see how far I can get, because I would say I'm pretty good at the game, and I think that'd be really, really fun, especially now that I've got so many of the weapons almost maxed. We would do that in the afternoon on Friday just for fun, and then Friday night I would play Dispatch with you guys, and again, just for fun, and just as a goal. Madam wouldn't be able to be here this Friday night. She's got like a ladies event that she'll be going to, so yeah. At the current pace, we probably won't do it, and that's okay. But sometimes, like second half of the week, everybody goes crazy, especially with Thursday. Thursday is going to be like a really long day with the Game Awards. So sometimes people kind of wait and go nuts on days like that. So. I got 200 hours of portal. I got 76 on the portal. Allegedly, her Savage Land look is her first skin. That's not surprising at all. That's kind of their MO with Marvel Rivals. I mean, you put a character in the game, you make them as thick as a bowl of oatmeal, and then you put out an outfit that is it's holding on for dear life. You know what I'm saying? They're not stupid. They're not stupid. They know what they're doing. So I got a question here from Christopher Burnett. The mystery statue is for Rockstar's open world medieval fantasy game that's been rumored for a while. We're getting that announcement before GTA 6 comes out. I'm joking. Yeah, I would hope so. That would be one of the most strange turn of events ever if that were real. That would be kind of crazy. No other questions in the queue. Tell you what we'll do. We haven't done this in a while. I'm going to take the dispatch thing down just for a second, and we're going to run. Sometimes you guys do extension. If not, that's fine, but it creates a little bit of excitement sometimes. Let's see. What would we do? 12:45. P. Set. Start. Show. All right. We'll go to green room about 20 minutes. I'll let you guys extend. What do we do? Is it 5? Is it 2 every 5? Is it 2 every 5? I can't remember what we do. Let's just shoot for. Let's see if we can't hit 100. Let's get on pace for at least Monday. Baldur's Gate 3 player calculated the game contains 236 hours, 55 minutes, and 45 seconds of voice lines. Aside from the narrator, Mysterion is the biggest yapper with 13 hours, 6 minutes, and 23 seconds of dialogue. We weren't really keeping track, which I think is for the better, says Sven Vinke, the CEO of Larian. Broke my brain using 3W and 3I off T's. I was like, let's get big on what in the world are y'all talking about? Xbox wants to celebrate its great legacy. Yeah, I'm not really sure. We have exciting things to share. So I don't know if you guys saw this. Jason Ronald, Vice President of Next Generation for Xbox, he told BBC News in an interview that they've got exciting things to share next year. So I don't know if because he says he can't announce anything today. He says in 2026, I'll put it on a screen for y'all. Where is it? In 2026, it's the 25th anniversary of Xbox, and we want to celebrate the great legacy and the history that we have with Xbox, as well as defining the future for where the Xbox ecosystem is going. So, I can't confirm or deny what you're asking, but stay tuned. We have a lot of exciting things to share next year. I don't know. That sounds to me like they're not necessarily going to be launching anything next year in the realm of hardware, probably making announcements. I think whatever they have planned is probably for 2027, like Magnus. Based on a lot of the timelines that we saw and a lot of the speculation that we saw. So, yeah, that is, that's probably what they're going to be doing. That's just my guess. That's my guess, is they'll be announcing Magnus next year. If, in fact, Magnus is real, I think that it is, based on everything that we read and based on everything that we saw. I'm getting a friend request. I'm not sure why you're sending me a friend request. You can just chat in YouTube. I don't really accept friend requests on Discord unless there's like a reason. Imagine they'll announce Magnus at the Game Awards next year. Maybe it I don't know. Remember to use your member discount coupon tomorrow. I think I have it for the rest of the year, don't I? I would probably use it all day on the Game Awards. I think that's something I can do. Let's see. Subscriber discount bonuses. Yeah, I have one ticket left. It'll expire on December the 31st, and there's 62 possible hours that I can use. So I'll probably turn that on Thursday and let it run all day Thursday and all day Friday. That won't even be enough. We'll probably want to run it Jiminy Christmas. Like, if we start it at, let's see, what is 62 hours after Wednesday, December the 10th at 10 a.m. 62 hours after December the 10th at 10 a.m. is Sunday. That's not right. That can't be right. 48 hours, 2 full. Oh, no, that is right. 2 full days. Okay, we're fine. I'll start it on. Well, then that means I could start it right now. Does it run all of the time, or does it only run during the stream? Like, if I start it right now, are we screwed? Does it like end as soon as the stream ends? Like, I don't know how that would run all the way till midnight. So I could start it right now and it would run all the way to the end of the day, Friday. You can distribute this over one promo. You can start new promos anywhere until December the 31st. This feature is temporarily disabled because another upcoming or active promotion. Please try again later. You must have both hours and promos remaining to run the promotion. Let me see if they have the details here on how it works. Like, if we do it today and then I end the stream, setting it up, okay. You can allocate these hours across your 7 promotions if you wish. 7 promotions of 10. Okay, example 3 would be one promotion of 70 hours straight. Your promotion tokens and hours reset at the start of each new year. Okay. So it doesn't look like it would end if I ran it today. If you start the promotion before, it will run for its full duration, even if it extends into the new year. Okay. So it seems like I could turn it on right now, and it would run all the way until Friday night. Because I only have one left. And it would basically run the rest of the week. Because I don't think we would want to do it the week of Christmas. Because like the week of Christmas, I'll be streaming less often. Because like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I don't think I'll be streaming. Make Game Awards not tomorrow. Yeah, unfortunately, I can only do it one more time. And 2 days and 14 hours. So 1, 2, and 14 hours. What time is 2 days and 14 hours from now? Will be Friday at 2 in the morning. Okay. Start discount. Yes, start my promo. Okay, there we go. All right, 5 bombs and above are discounted by 35% until the end of the day Friday, basically. Oh, it'll actually be at like 2 in the morning Friday, so it won't be available on Friday. I probably should have started it tomorrow. Whoops. Because we're about to end in the next 11 minutes. I should have done it tomorrow. I wasn't thinking. Oh, well. I don't think I can pause it or anything. No. Yeah. Sorry. I was thinking backwards about it. I was thinking about tomorrow. We're about to end today. Anyway. I play so much money, just to be clear, I don't think Magnus will release next year, but Xbox usually announces hardware super early. Oh, yeah, back to that topic. I think they would announce it on their own. I don't think they would, like, save it for the Game Awards. I think they would probably have, like, a commercial and they would do another push during the Game Awards, but I think that Xbox would want to announce it on their own. How are people feeling about the Game Awards? This is the first year I won't be watching live and we'll be catching up on the announcements in the morning. The time difference is pretty brutal for EU and it makes more sense. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. There's a lot of games that are going to be involved. A lot of companies are going to be involved. Yeah. Well, if anybody was going to go crazy on Twitch or YouTube, now would be a great time to go and do it on Twitch. Since I accidentally started it today, I should have started it tomorrow. But it's fine. We'll have it for all day Wednesday and all day Thursday. It's the first time in years that I can't watch live, but that's fine. They announced the Series X at the Game Awards. It's the biggest audience. I don't think that that's true because they basically started talking about the next console at E3 2019, Project Scarlet. When was the Xbox Series X officially announced? I don't think what you're saying is accurate. Because they announced the Series S before that. Didn't they have like a leak in November? No, you're right. Microsoft first revealed the next-gen console under the name Project Scarlet at E3, and then at the Game Awards, they unveiled the name. So I don't know. It could kind of be both. They could do the same thing, right? Like in the summer, they could do something and like let people know that Project Magnus is real and that it's coming and like get people pumped. And then they could actually reveal it at the Game Awards. Like they could definitely follow that pattern. I just had this weird memory that after Project Scarlet was announced, we got stuff a lot earlier than that. Yo, thank you, Angry Pete, for gifting a member and bumping the line by one, getting us to 62 on the week. Thank you, sir. Does Madam have a wrap up? No. I mean, she probably does, but it's probably going to be like all Borderlands and Returnal. Thank you for another one, Angry Pete. I think Angry Pete's trying to set it up here. He's trying to tempt Twitch. We're running a 35% discount over there because if I don't use it before the end of the year, I lose it. That went to somebody with the name Actual Malware. That's fantastic. Why you angry, Pete? You good? Mm-hmm. He's good. Yeah, there were more details last year, Chris, for the wrap-up. I think it went through like month by month, I think, and told you what you had played. At least that's what I feel. I don't know. That's what I feel like I remember. I remember like scrolling through and there was like a bunch of stuff. Yo, Talica with 42 months in the VIP, adding it to the total. Thank you. Oh, we have a new development here with the IP of Divinity Original Sin. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition native PS5 version got added to the database. Something is happening with Divinity, found by PlayStation Size. It could be something. That could definitely be something. Certainly could. Statue about Divinity Original Sin 3. Once I saw that theory, I thought, I like that. I think that's a pretty good theory. I actually think it's probably... That's probably the strongest one. Game Award shows need to go bye-bye. All award shows, in fact. Why? Why do they need to go bye-bye? I don't think that's what the statue is for, honestly. I also see Baby Sips and Ludo getting awards too. At the Game Awards? I don't know. That category's stinking tough, man. Like, what category is Baby Steps even in? I thought the game was about a game with vampires. I don't think everything's vampiric. I think there were some that were. Is Baby Steps an independent? No, it's not an independent. Best debut indie game? No. Where is it? I don't even think... What's Baby Steps even nominated for? Stuff is happening with Divinity. Could be coincidence. I'm going to be honest. I think Divinity Original Sin PS5 native version getting added to the database, that doesn't really line up with the third game getting announced. Well, no, it kind of does. I mean, they could say, we just did this or released this version or updated this, you know, and while you wait, right? While you wait for Divinity Original Sin 3. Like, they announced Divinity Original Sin 3, and then they, they talk about whatever is going on with the existing game. So, Game Awards gets over 100 million views in one day, and the biggest Xbox events get around 2 million. Yeah. And E3 was a different time in 2019, so that's fair pushback. That, like, they probably got a lot more viewership for their Project Scarlet thing that they did at E3 2019, because, there's a lot more eyeballs back then. And an Xbox showcase might not have as much momentum and velocity now because it's not, like, attached to E3. It is attached to Summer Game Fest, though, but, that's fair. I'm just saying they could follow the pattern of, like, they announce and confirm that Project Magnus is in fact real. They talk about their aspirations for the device and bridging the gap between, PC and console, or whatever phrasing they want to use. And then they would do the, like, unveiling and all of that at the Game Awards. Yeah, I think I could see that. That's interesting. Let me check something here. Who ultimately decides who wins the awards at these things? It's a jury process. You've got, like, YouTubers and gaming press that are a part of the jury. That basically get to nominate and then vote. Okay. All right. IGN. I think they're one of many that are a part of the jury process. Yeah. I mean, there's a really easy thing to do. Like, if you think that the Game Awards should go away, or that, the outlets that vote are illegitimate or whatever, you just don't watch the event. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't watch the Oscars, the Golden Globes, or the Tonys because, like, I don't give a frick. You know what I mean? You just don't watch. It's a real easy decision to make. Just pretend it doesn't exist. It's just a fun event with big announcements, and you can pay, like, literally zero attention to it. There are over 100 outlets that vote. Yeah, there's a lot of outlets that vote. Yeah. One outlet's not going to really hold sway over the results. Not to that degree. Like, it's not going to be like they tip the scales with their like or dislike for something. I mean, that's not really how it works. Why do people struggle with not paying attention to things? It seems really easy to me. Yeah, if I don't like something, or, I don't enjoy it, I just don't watch it. Hate watching is an interesting phenomenon. It really, really is. It's a peculiar one, for sure. The music awards are lucky. Tormentor is too controversial. What do you mean Tormentor is too controversial? In what regard? People who take the posture are usually the first to tune in. I've been covering events for a really long time, and I feel like there's kind of an unwritten rule that every event there are people that are like, it was lame, it sucked, it was mid. That's just kind of the case. Like, I definitely think not every event is a 10, but to me, it's rare that I watch an event and think that stunk, that was mid, that was trash, whatever the case may be. Like, it's very rare for me to feel that. So, all right, if you guys are not in the Discord, this is a great reason to be in the Discord. So there is a link below. You can also use the Discord command. The Discord is reserved for members, so if you're not a current member, you can use your Prime sub on Twitch. If you decide to become a member right now, click join. Make sure you pick Member Plus. We're going to go there and kind of discuss what we'll do tomorrow. It's called The Green Room, and this is an opportunity to kind of see behind the scenes. Thank you for a great day on the channel. Make sure you're hitting that like button. It is helpful to this video. People will see it later, and they'll watch it later and watch the breakdowns and discussions. Get that like button pressed. Let's get to 300 likes, and I will see you guys tomorrow as we get closer and closer to the Game Awards. Obviously, Thursday is going to be a fun day hanging out and watching the Game Awards together. All right? Take care, and I'll see you in the Discord. If I don't see you in the Discord, we'll see you tomorrow.